Schedule an appointment today at Bonnie.com.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your local sports leader in the 916. This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was a close game last night between the Kings and the Hawks, but in the end, it was the Hawks who came out victorious.
16 seconds to go. Fox to the left, guarded by Okongwu, tries to go by him, drives middle. Fox, tough force, it's blocked. Sabonis, offensive rebound, put back. Nope. Rebound to Atlanta. You got to foul Okongwu, and they didn't. Trae Young is trapped in the backcourt. He'll lob it into the front court. Barnes will let it go, and that is how the game will end. The Kings do not get a call on the defensive end. They do not get a finish on the offensive end. A great comeback ultimately has their hearts ripped out by Atlanta as the Hawks finish strong and win 120-117.
Coming up on today's show at 8 a.m., Sam Amick joins us from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Time to start the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Hi, that was a good one.
You ready?
That was, man. That's the best thing we're going to say on the show all day.
Oh, that wasn't on?
It was.
Oh, it was on.
Yeah.
Oh, then good. You're welcome, everybody.
Hey, hello.
Incredible.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. I'm Dave. That's Jason. Your play-by-play voice from last night.
Play-by-play voice extraordinaire.
Yeah. Is play-by-play voice emeritus proper usage? I feel like it isn't.
What is emeritus?
I don't know. It's
like
it's
if
when you meet somebody and
no, that's emeritus. Emeritus is when you're like,
Don't we live in North Emeritus?
close. That's America-itis. Emeritus is like if you're the champion and then you retire and they're just like, you're the greatest champion of all time. You're the champion forever.
ever.
Is Darryl Steinberg Sacramento's emeritus?
We're not
The
beating that.
emeritus of.
I don't know.
Hi. Good morning. Welcome in. That's Jay Mars in the back there, and our music's back.
Yeah.
The normal music.
The band is here.
Not the violins. We'll get to Kings today. Hey,
They can't win them all?
I'm supposed to wear these.
Oh,
Are those the new specs?
No, these are the old ones that make me. Well, I can't say on the air what I think they make me look.
Actually, those look good.
Yeah, I like them.
I don't like them.
You look
Why?
sophisticated.
Honestly, why don't you like them?
Because he looks sophisticated.
I think I look like a ding ding.
No,
No.
you don't.
I actually think it works.
I'm being honest.
So
A little turned on.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
and
I'm turned on that Jay's turned on.
So I had my first
Right.
real vision appointment 13 months ago. And that's when I went through all that, brought these in for. Remember when my son had one? We both. Yeah. And then so apparently the way they put it is that like if 0 is perfect vision, I was at a minus 0.25 last year, and when they did my vision yesterday, I was minus 1.0.
Oh,
Like it literally
the cliff.
it quadrupled.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not like golf if you go backwards. It's better.
It quadrupled. Like they were doing like the letter tests. And I was like, chicken. I don't know what that is. Is that a
Correct.
on like the big one, like up
Yeah.
top, like
Yeah.
and they had a machine that blew air into my eye. It went into my eye. It didn't hurt, but it was just air in your eye is weird. Yeah, it's
You
kind
went
of
back at it.
yeah, loogied in my eye, except no spit. It was weird. And yeah, then they did that. So I got a pair of I got one pair coming that's like the everyday glasses. They're gray and they're rubbery. So like they're like not metal frames.
Yeah, so you can
Yeah.
You can throw them around a little bit.
And then what kind of excited me is because they said, well, what do you like to do outside, this and that, whatever. And I said, I like to golf a lot. And they're like, well, we have sunglasses that can like polarize and be green and all that like a lot of golfers really like.
Will it help my game?
That's what I said. Will it help my game? Like, well, it won't help you swing, but you'll be able to see where the crappy ball you hit goes.
There's a plus.
So that's kind of a neat plus. So I could wear those, but it's just.
I'm looking forward to this show next year at this time. Are you going to have like the Harry Carries?
Like the old, I mean, gosh.
The lens will be right here on me. Like
Coke
it's all the way
bottle
up here.
The thing that sucks about that is who's the first person you think of when you think of giant Coke bottle glasses? We'll see if anyone else other than me thinks.
Gorilla Monsoon.
Okay.
I was going with Harry Carey.
Oh, see, that's a good one. I think Joe Paterno. That's the one. I'm like, you don't say Joe Paterno anymore, but
Sally Jesse Raphael.
Oh,
yes.
I think she's still with us.
She is.
Yeah. I
think Phil Donahue is too.
Phil Donahue is still with us, as a matter of fact.
Can we do an impromptu celebrity birthday? It's not her birthday, but how old is Sally Jesse Raphael?
I think she's like 84.
I'm going to say 82.
Wow.
I think Ricky Lake is with us too.
Yes, she is.
87.
87.
Isn't that right around what Phil Donahue is?
He's got to be.
I can't believe Phil Donahue's still with us. Good for him. Like Phil Donahue and Bob Newhart.
Dude, right? I learned about the KKK through Phil Donahue at like 4.
Right? Like
at 4.
Phil Donahue.
Watching Phil Donahue.
He's like the father of all the talk shows.
My grandma used to have Donahue on, and she would sit me down to watch Donahue
all
with her.
The time.
Also 87.
Donahue?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's awesome. And he's married to isn't he married to like Mary Lou Henner or something?
No. Marlo Thomas.
Marlo Thomas.
Duh.
Girl. I don't know. One of the M's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, shout out to Phil Donahue.
M person.
And SJR.
Shout out to Sally Jesse Raphael. Shout out to Ricky Lake.
Yeah.
Jenny Jones.
Shout out to Jenny Jones. Not shout out to Geraldo.
Why?
No, he's
okay.
I feel like Geraldo killed the talk show.
But you grew up watching him. I don't know.
I watched. Hey man, I remember when they threw the chair and broke his nose, and I was like, that changed talk shows forever. Yeah. And then I watched the stupid Al Capone thing.
Oh, I was riveted. I'm like, God. I can't wait. And wasn't there just like a bottle in there and dirt?
When we come back, we'll really, for reals this time, find out about the thing.
I'm like, I can't wait till they find what's in there. And it was like, it's just more dirt.
I can't wait to find out what the result of last night's game was, though.
Let's do it. Leading off the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
16 seconds to go. Fox to the left, guarded by Okongwu. Tries to go by him. Drives middle. Fox, tough force. It's blocked. Sabonis, offensive rebound, put back. Nope. Rebound to Atlanta. You got to foul Okongwu, and they didn't. Trae Young is trapped in the backcourt. He'll lob it into the front court. Barnes will let it go, and that is how the game will end. The Kings do not get a call on the defensive end. They do not get a finish on the offensive end. A great comeback ultimately has their hearts ripped out by Atlanta as the Hawks finish strong and win 120-117.
Before we get to the results of the game, a couple of things. Number one, G-Man, we talked about it yesterday, super under the weather.
Yeah, you could hear it.
They probably had to dispatch like King's Secret Service to his house to like literally strap him down so he wouldn't like Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah, he loves to be there.
He loves to be there. He lives for it, and we love him to death, and we just all feel the same. And by the way, like I won't make it sound like prayers for G. No, he's sick.
Just get the voice better. He should be good to go tomorrow or Saturday.
He should be back Saturday. Yeah, that's all good. In the meantime, I want to say this publicly. You did. With that being said about G-Man, and I personally hope G-Man does the radio call until he's 130.
Right.
But the day will come. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna make a commitment to you.
To me,
I don't think this is gonna be necessary. If you don't get the job, I'm quitting. Everything. I'm done. I'm leaving the business. Leaving it. I make that commitment.
You might not be the only one.
I'm finished with show business. Yeah. You are the heir apparent. You've earned it, and I think everyone connected with the broadcast would say the same thing. And
it was fun. I love it. I really love doing it. Can they win when that happens?
What is so? Do we even want to talk about what your record is? Is the play-by-play voice?
Cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
I'm not sure about this one. Somehow he gets to his feet. That was Patrick Willis who hit him high. Michael Lewis had him down low. That was vicious.
Yeah, Patrick Willis. We haven't said his name a lot today, but he knows how to find the football.
That's your guy. Aren't you a big Patrick Willis guy?
I am a big Patrick Willis guy because I'm a Niner fan. I'm not the Patrick. So before Jay, as you know, it was Kyle Madson behind glass. Kyle Madson is a Frank Gore guy, but also
we call those times BJ. Before Jay.
Oh, okay. Where is he going?
Well, he's saying before Jay.
And Kyle has a cat. Well, he has two, but one of his cat's name is Patrick Willis.
Okay.
Now, I love Kyle. I do. I still talk to him every once in a while. But I lost all respect for Kyle Madson. I'm being
because of the name of his cat.
No.
Oh.
Because on Candlestick Chronicles with Chris Biederman, our old friend, they had Patrick Willis on. I think it was last year.
And he didn't say it?
Didn't mention it.
Missed opportunity.
Chickened out.
Yeah.
How do you chicken out from saying my cat is named after you?
Is Patrick Willis still around?
I believe he is.
I don't know if it was a tough time.
we would have known if Patrick Willis
yes, there would be like a week of retrospective tweets.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Patrick Willis is still with us. I believe his other cat is Steph Curry. I'm not that smart to make that up.
I know he is king of the puns. That's fantastic. Those are good.
But you don't ask. I mean, really?
Do you think if he ever talks to Steph Curry, he brings that up?
I think he regrets not bringing up Patrick Willis to Patrick Willis. And you know what? Patrick Willis has a chance to be a Hall of Famer at this point.
Yeah.
Along with Patrick and a few others. Steph Curry, number 3.
Cut number 3.
Swing. There's a drive here in a deep right center field. Back by the bullpen. Grand slam.
Okay, there's a story here, but I just want to go back and see if you guys notice the same thing. I don't know what this guy's name is, and I probably should. It's like probably Jerry. But does this not sound like a 1950s call?
Swing. There's a drive here in a deep right center field. Back by the bullpen. Grand slam. Ralphie Dever, 6-0 Boston.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I love the call.
I do too.
It just sounds very old school.
Yeah.
Rafael, the Red Sox are signing their guy.
Finally signed a guy.
I could not care less except for one thing. I hope now this will just shut Nick up. I'm really worried about Nick because the Red Sox were watching everyone just leave, and Nick was slowly descending into I shouldn't say shut him up, calm him down.
Yeah, he was having some major issues.
Yeah.
But you know what? Jokic or Tatum.
I want to have that.
He's got the Celtics.
I mean, yeah, shockingly, but I want to have that. I'd love to have that conversation with him on the air. The only problem I had with everything he said was it's not debatable. Solar with Shelby. Yeah, solar with Shelby.com. You've heard me say refinance with Shelby.com. But Shelby pivots. He pivots for you. All he wants to do is save you money. Sheryl Crow, all she wants to do is have some fun. Shelby's fun is saving you cash. That's what he does. If you're with PG&E. Now, let me just back up because this is kind of the second day we've done this. I know you get inundated with solar stuff all the time. I do too. And I have solar. I know the idea of solar is like, what? That's a big deal. It's a lot of money. Listen, I went through everything with Shelby over the phone while I was on vacation. I peppered him with questions. All I'm asking of you, because I want you to save money, is go to his website and set up a call and ask him every single question. And I said this before. If he doesn't answer your questions to the point where you're like, yeah, I got it, I'm doing this, let me know. I don't think I'm going to get a single person saying that. Whether it's knocking 30 to 50% off your bill, protecting you from PG&E's rising rates all the time, and by the way, not having to rely on PG&E, you get 30% federal tax credit, dollar for dollar, comes back in cash. 100% financing. If you need a roof, they'll finance that too, along with your solar. Dude, you save money. You own your own energy. It costs less. It increases the value of your home. Solarwithshelby.com. That's solarwithshelby.com. And just tell them Dave of Carmichael. Yeah, I'm changing it up for that because it's kind of a royal thing. Dave of Carmichael sent you. The NBA was weird last night for a lot of reasons. But I want to shout out Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had the night of nights.
Yes.
When was the last time we saw a quadruple double in the NBA? Hakeem Olajuwon.
I think it was Hakeem.
David Robinson. Did he have one?
I think Alvin Robertson had one with steals.
Did he? Oh, I think you are right.
Yeah, Jamie. I think it's.
Was there like a random one too? Was it like Nate Thurmond or somebody get? I want to say.
Probably.
Yeah, it was something. Quadruple doubles do not happen every day, and in a year where we're getting the craziest individual nights from people.
Yeah, the 4 players were Nate Thurmond, Alvin Robertson, Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson.
Yeah, we got them all.
No, and no misses.
No misses.
No misses.
And no,
for 4.
No discussion
At
before
all.
the show.
No. On my kids. No, neither of us Googled.
That's a walk-off.
That's actually. Can we go?
Who's hot? Us.
Let's go back to DA and just take the day off.
Right.
We're done.
We earned it.
It's not going to get better.
That was our version of a quadruple double.
That really was. There is an asterisk, though. 30 points, 21 boards, 10 assists, 12 turnovers.
Oh. 12
turnovers.
Yeah. Take care of the ball, Giannis.
Is Giannis holding back the Bucks? That is, yeah, that's rough. But I'll take it. Yeah. I mean, you can have 12 turnovers in the Bucks. Barely edge out the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, they had a meltdown there. They almost lost that game. But I just love it nightly now in the league. Like, I feel like they're all chasing one another. Wait, what did Jokic do? Oh, what did Tatum do? Oh, what did Donovan Mitchell do? Okay, my turn. What did LeBron do? Mm-hmm. They're all just going.
You know what they're saying today, though?
What are they saying?
What did Sadiq Bey do?
Hayes gets it in. Sadiq fires. Oh! Sadiq.
Oh, my God.
He missed.
I said. So basically what happened is Sadiq Bey shot the ball. This is what my interpretation is because I don't know what happened. Sadiq Bey shot the ball trying to win the game. I don't know what happened to the ball, but I think a fan came by and kicked both announcers in the jump.
Yeah, I think that's Rick Mahorn. He got electrocuted.
So let's pretend that that's what happened.
Okay.
Sadiq Bey goes to shoot the ball, and then all of a sudden a Warrior fan comes over and kicks both Pistons announcers in the junk. I think it would sound like this.
He gets it in. Sadiq fires. Sadiq Bey just hit it. If it's good, wow. Ball was out. Field goal counts. Game is over.
If you want to, no, Jason, I know you're a young budding announcer. I've never done play-by-play, but I'm a student of it. If you want to know how to not do a call, that would be a wonderful example. Because I don't know about you all, but in my opinion, when you're on radio especially and can't see the action and something happens, I don't believe is really telling the story.
Yeah. Something great happened. Well, you assume.
Something.
Yeah, or they were shocked.
What if 37 chickens were set loose on the court? You'd get the same, or maybe not chickens, rabid dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a stupid call. We were just talking yesterday, Jason, about the weird home and away splits, specifically with the Warriors.
Yeah.
And up until last night, the Warriors were 17-2 at home. And then the Detroit Pistons showed up.
Sure. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Detroit Pistons, who were 10-30, who were 5-17 on the road. So, of course, they're going to go into Golden State and win.
And they were without former number 2 pick, Marvin Bagley.
The number 2 pick in the whole. By the way, a guy picked, so he was picked ahead of Luka Doncic.
Right. That's the
thought of candidate this year. That's how good he is.
Yeah. And it was honestly right after Clay hit just an impossible 3. And you're going, man, what a tie game here. This thing's going to go to overtime again. And then that happened for Sadiq Bey.
Bojan Bogdanovic, 29 points to lead, 2, 4, 6 Pistons players in double figures. Oh, by the way, no Kate Cunningham, who's out for the year, of course. I mean, they're missing some serious folks. And they go in and they win. And they win in a game that doesn't have Steph Curry, of course. But you got Clay, you got Jordan Poole, you got Draymond Green. It's kind of our theory that we're not going to sit here and be like, well, they lost to the Hawks, but I mean, good you help. But like, it sucks, and we'll get into that quite a bit. But it does need to be acknowledged that this happens every night in the NBA.
Yeah, the league is good. The league is talented. And, when you look at, I don't know who, it might be the Pistons, it might be the Rockets at the end of the year. What do you think they'll win total will be? 20? Roughly?
The Pistons?
Roughly?
I think roughly are 11-30 right now. So they're almost, they are exactly.
So we'll double them, 22.
22.
Okay.
And by the way, I don't think it'll be 22 because I think now is where you'll start tanking off a little.
Okay, so we'll shave off of you. Let's say it's 18. 19.
I think you're right with 20. I would over under 19 and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not a great team.
A terrible team.
But there's 20 wins in there. Do they sweep somebody? Do they beat someone in the East that's fighting for position that they beat 3 times somehow? I mean, it's just to get 20, they're going to beat. Maybe the Kings have already beaten them once, but maybe they get the Kings. 20 times they found a way to win. That's not a good team, but obviously it shows you they're capable of beating someone.
Also, LeBron James out, and the Lakers are terrible. I mean, they're not a great team whatsoever.
That's 3 in a row now.
That's 3 in a row. The Lakers were 16-21 going into last night's game against the Heat at 20-18, and the Lakers win 112-109. No Anthony Davis.
Yep.
No LeBron James. They get led by Schroeder with 32 points.
Okay.
Dennis Schroeder, a guy that I think a number of people be like, well, I think he's in the league. And he is very much in the league. Wendy Gabriel, 10 points and 4 points off the bench. Just goes to show you. It's on any given night in the NBA. And by the way, the Hawks are not a bad team. The Hawks have been in disarray, as we talked about. I think they had, a 4-game losing streak coming in. But coming off, this is almost Golden State's second loss in a row at home. Coming off, what was it, double OT versus the Hawks.
Right.
That being said, why is it like you've been around longer than I have? Why is it like the Hawks? Are the Hawks the one team? Like, is there another team you can think of that it just seems like consistently has given the Kings? They did it back in the 02 years.
Yeah, when the Kings were really, especially there, they could never win. They have. That's been a real sore spot.
Yes. I feel like the Hawks are like the all-time, like screw the Lakers and everybody else. We all know about that. I feel like the Hawks are the all-time pin in the rear end for the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, I had the breakdown of the game last night. I've already forgotten it, but I want to say it was like the 73rd meeting and the Hawks are up, 50-20.
It's ridiculous
or something. Yeah.
Yes. The Nets, they had a good streak going. That came to an end. That's very interesting if they're able to.
I think the Kings got them going when they were embarrassed on national TV here.
They had a mic'd up. They were showing, and it was from Kyrie's game winner, and it was really cool. Kevin Durant was saying, "Hey, that's a better play, but you should draw it up for him." Assume that there was a lot of selflessness there. If they're able to get it together, and it appears like they may have, I mean, they're sitting at 25-13 right now. All of a sudden,
I mean, they just blown by. I mean, they were just scuffling.
They're 1 game out of the 1 seed.
Right.
They're tied with the Bucks for the 2 seed.
Yeah.
And this is a team that was struggling.
Right. But the thought on them, like, again, now, just like this Hawks team last night or Charlotte last week that was here, Washington, like if you get to a close game against a team that, well, now the Nets that are playing so well, they have Durant, they have Kyrie, they have Simmons. It's like, oh, man, that's where matchups become a problem. Their best players can take over, and that's what they're doing.
We'll take a break. Yeah, the Nets are, and especially like you said with Simmons, who, by the way, last night 7 points, 9 boards, couple assists, 3 steals.
Did he make a free throw?
He was 1 of 4.
Oh,
breaking the streak there. We'll take a break when we come back. All right, let's recap last weekend for both the Raiders and the Niners. Davante Adams, does he even want to play for the Raiders anymore now that Derek Carr is supposedly gone? And how's the health situation for the Niners going into this weekend? We should also certainly give you the update we don't really have on Damar Hamlin, and also have a discussion about this weekend's football games as well. We'll do that next.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Happy holidays to all of you. And my friends at American Energy have a present. They want to make sure you and your family are safe this winter with a $49 furnace tune-up to ensure your system is running safely and efficiently. Plus, if you're ready for a new one, get half off with American Energy's 50% off furnace special. When you purchase a whole home HVAC system, get your furnace half off. 0% financing, payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting off making your home safe, warm, and comfy for you and your family this holiday. American Energy has been serving Sacramento since 1981. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and that is extremely important to me and should be important to you. Supporting local business because local business supports you. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health Sacramento can help you address the root causes of weight gain, low energy, poor drive, and performance issues. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, we'll give you a free T-check and free exam at Revive Sacramento. Imagine upping your game, losing weight, and getting in shape all at once. Revive can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications, like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. Weight gain and low T are treatable conditions. We know we can help you. Take that first step and book today. You're only one step away from getting in the best shape of your life. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
At Staples, you can count on every project being print perfect, guaranteed.
I need presentations and brochures printed, and they have to be perfect.
Your bounded presentations, brochures with the finest folds, and more will be done right every time. That's our Print Big promise. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more, plus 20% back by a store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/11. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
California's largest sportsman's expo is back. Looking for an off-road adventure? You'll find the best selection of side-by-sides, campers, and accessories, all at special prices. See Toyota's powerful Tundra. Discover your next adventure. Your life outdoors, January 19th through 22nd at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
There is beauty and there's uncomfort in owning an older home. The craftsmanship back then, the way they were built, the character, all have their positives. Now, on the other side, older homes need some love and some tenderness, and in our case, some help. Jason Ross here to tell you about the help we're getting thanks to ACR Solar. Now, you hear solar, and you know what? Yes, they do solar, but after years and years of living at our house, the time has come to get a new roof. Our old roof has done its job, but it is done. It's tired, and it looks it. So after doing the proper research and talking with several roofing companies, we landed on ACR Solar. They stood out from the first visit when Joe, their roofing expert, came out and shared his knowledge. We knew at that moment we were at ease because we were in good hands. Also, after our conversations with John, the owner of ACR Solar, that just confirmed what my wife and I already knew, that ACR Solar was the right choice for us. So we're so excited to begin our journey with ACR Solar. We're going to have a beautiful new roof, become more energy efficient, and have the peace of mind we're looking for. ACR Solar, 916-481-2700, or you can visit them at acrsolar.com.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was a close game last night between the Kings and the Hawks, but in the end, it was Atlanta who came out victorious.
16 seconds to go. Fox to the left, guarded by Okongwu. Tries to go by him. Drives middle. Fox, tough force. It's blocked. Sabonis, offensive rebound, put back. Nope. Rebound to Atlanta. You got to foul Okongwu, and they didn't. Trae Young is trapped in the backcourt. He'll lob it into the front court. Barnes will let it go, and that is how the game will end. The Kings do not get a call on the defensive end. They do not get a finish on the offensive end. A great comeback ultimately has their hearts ripped out by Atlanta, as Henry, the Hawks, finish strong and win 120-117.
4 of the 5 Kings starters scored at least 20 points, with De'Aaron Fox finishing with 25, Kevin Huerter putting in 24, Harrison Barnes going for 22, and Domantas Sabonis adding 20. The Kings look to get back in the win column Saturday against the Lakers. The Boston Red Sox and third baseman Rafael Devers agreed to an 11-year, $331 million contract extension on Wednesday. Devers, a two-time All-Star, is 26 years old and lands the biggest contract in Red Sox history. Coming up on today's show, NBA insider for The Athletic, Sam Amick, joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Can you give us indication of how Damar is doing medically at this time?
Right now, things are moving in a positive direction. The doctors, what they were looking to see, I think they saw that. I can't speak specifically on it, but things are moving in the right direction.
There was a lot of information out on how he's doing medically. Can you give us a little bit more indication on how the process going over the last 30 hours?
Yeah, there was, some reports last night that he was resuscitated twice. So wanted to clarify, it was misspoke. He was only resuscitated once. Outside of that, things have just been moving in the right direction, but there's not clarity at this point in terms of how long things are going to be, how long it's going to take, where things are going to go. So for the family, it's just a matter of seeing more positive signs and hopefully keep building on that.
That is Jordan Rooney. He's the marketing rep, but also a very, very close friend of Damar Hamlin. And that's the best updates we have on his status. Before we get into Davante Adams and the Niners health update, we talked yesterday about Skip Bayless and a couple others. The guy's literally on the field fighting for his life, and you're tweeting about scheduling. And by the way, he's still fighting for his life.
Right.
So I want to acknowledge that before I wade in there. I honestly, as the week progresses and the thoughts are still 100% with Damar, I don't find myself in any way feeling one way or the other than I think the wishes of the players should be first and foremost. But I am honestly wondering, what do they do?
Yeah.
Like, what do they do? How do you ask? And hopefully we get a report while we're on the air that Damar Hamlin is up and walking around and is great. But you have to allow for the fact that may not happen. We may not know for days, if not who knows? You've got the final week of the season coming up. The Bills are hosting the Patriots, and I won't mention other teams because obviously the Bills are affected more than any team. And we're not talking about an X's and O's situation.
Right.
We're talking about a heart and soul situation.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, and the other part of that is, the reality of this world right now, this is all still relatively fresh and everybody is worried about Hamlin.
Yeah.
Hopefully everything will go in the positive way and continue for a quick and healthy recovery. But let's say they don't play the game, which is still a very high probability.
You're talking about this weekend's game
or the Bengals. The Bengals.
Gotcha.
So they don't make it up and we get to the playoffs and we'll just look ahead to either the Bengals or the Bills losing a game because maybe they had to go on the road because they didn't play that extra game. And someone I'm not trying to even be insensitive. It's like, well, what would have been?
Right. That will happen. It will happen.
It will. But that's weeks from here, but that's still going to be one of the things why you try to play the game. Yeah. But I again, if I'm commissioned, I don't know how. I don't know how you do it. I don't know that they even care at this moment, but people have to try to figure that out.
Right.
And that's not easy.
The only thing I can even think of, and again, this is you got the Bengals playing, the Bills would still assumedly have to finish their game with the Bengals. Then you have Bengals Ravens, and you have Bills Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals, it's a home game against the Ravens, so fans are already supposed to be going there, and that's where the Bills game was, where Damar got hurt. I mean, other than forfeiting the game or just taking it off the schedule, which I don't know if you can do because it's playoff implications. The only thing I can think of is you just push everything forward. Do you,
or you mean back, like
or back?
I'm sorry, the playoffs back,
and take that 1 week that you have a break in between the conference championships and the Super Bowl, and you just eat that up. You push everything back, but then that would still entail having the Bills playing this weekend because you'd have to make that game up. And again, I don't know how you say, hey guys, Your brother's in there fighting for his life. We're going to need you to go out there and lay some helmets on. We need to put some hats on people.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that. Zach Taylor spoke a little bit about this. I thought this was interesting, really about the medical professionals on site.
All the medical professionals that were involved, the Bills trainers, the Bills doctors, our trainers, our doctors, the paramedics, the emergency response team. I thought that they were on it. They were prepared, and they gave Damar the best chance.
And lastly, Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, speaking on the NFL's predicament.
I still can't imagine that game being played. I think they're going to come up with some other solution for resolving that game. No contest, tie, coin flip. That would seem horribly unfair and arbitrary if that's the outcome. There's just no good outcome. I mean, that's the problem. There's no good outcome, so they have to pick the best bad outcome.
Mm-hmm. Now, and obviously, we're on the air, and I think that speaks for any show on the station. We'll update you with anything we get the second we get it on Damar. Davante Adams, with everything going on with Derek Carr, that's a huge reason why he joined the Raiders from the Packers. Had a pretty darn good situation going with Aaron Rodgers, and he decided to join his Fresno State teammate Derek in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And now Derek Carr will almost certainly, and I don't know if this qualifies as a Garoppolo situation. I don't think it does.
That would be weird.
Yeah,
but it could.
It could. We stranger things have happened. He talked about his future yesterday.
I came here, I wouldn't have been here or ended up here originally, probably, if Derek wasn't here, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I won't be here, in the event that he's not here. That's my boy. Obviously, I got his back through anything. I think I've made that more than clear at this point, and I support him and support everything that he has, moving forward as well. But, my dream was to play for this team before he was a Raider, obviously. And at this point, I want to, obviously try to make this thing work and continue on doing what I'm doing here and, myself get better and obviously see the team grow and get better as well.
We've talked about this so many times, obviously, with the Niners. And they seem to have landed on the luckiest luck ever with Brock Purdy. But we've talked about how rare franchise quarterbacks are.
Yep.
And then almost as rare, just competent quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I would put Derek Carr, and I think a lot of Raider fans would disagree. I think Derek Carr is certainly fallible. I think there are certainly things that are his fault. But I also think it's inarguable when you look at the amount of head coaches he's had, the amount of roster turnover he's had, the amount of things that he hasn't had around him, their draft history. It's not like Derek Carr has been in the best situation. I fully expect Derek Carr will be a starting quarterback in the NFL next year.
This may end up being a good thing for him, honestly.
It honestly may end up being a very good thing for the second half of his career. And if that's the case, if I'm the team that signs Derek Carr, the first thing I'm doing is making sure Derek Carr signs that contract. As soon as that ink is wet, I'm going to call the Raiders. Hey, listen, what do you want for Davante Adams? And not that they're a package deal necessarily,
but they kind of became one here in Vegas, I should say.
And I think that Davante Adams, if you said to him, hey, we're trading you to insert team that has Derek Carr, I can't see him saying no.
Right. And I mean, the other thing he added in his comments yesterday is he'd like to be in the loop on the QB. So I think that also leaves it, hey, we're going to go with Stidham and we're drafting a young rookie. Maybe that also then says, yeah, I'm willing to look at a trade. I mean, I don't know what his thought process is behind that, but I think everybody would like to know who. It shouldn't be Adam's choice, but hey, let me know so I can kind of decide what I want to do.
You mentioned Jarrett Stidham. Remember, what was it, August? It was right when training camps were opening, and we were going over the schedule for both teams. We were looking ahead to the New Year's Eve game or New Year's game, Niners Raiders. And it's so funny. I remember you saying at the time, I'll bet you anything it's going to be Purdy versus Stidham. And that's an amazing call.
Yeah, we have that somewhere, I'm sure.
I think we have the audio somewhere. Yeah. Elijah Mitchell was back. He was RB1 yesterday in practice with Christian McCaffrey, a little bit banged up. Still sounds like McCaffrey will be available, but all reports said that Mitchell looked fantastic. He looked very, very quick. Dre Greenlaw did not participate yesterday with that back injury. He is still listed as questionable for this weekend. And you got to think, listen, they want that 1 seed and they want the 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
They're also playing Arizona. I'm not saying take Arizona lightly, but I have a feeling that they're going to err on the side of caution with some of these guys for the playoff run. We will take a break. When we get back, let's get some post-game reaction yesterday. And then also with the weather situation yesterday, you may have or may not have noticed there were some people not in attendance at the game yesterday. We'll tell you why next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Individual rates, coverage, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, listen up. Pi Insurance wants to give you one of those aha moments, the kind that could save you money. Workers' comp is probably one of the biggest costs you face. But did you know that insurance providers have flexibility in setting their prices? That's right. But many don't bother giving small businesses the savings you deserve. Instead, you can get lumped in with other businesses and overcharged. Pi Insurance was created to change that. With Pi, you get a quote tailored specifically to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Scott Graham here from Westwood One. Coming up an NFL Week 18 Saturday doubleheader. The action kicks off with the Las Vegas Raiders hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Then from Jacksonville, a big game between the Jaguars and Tennessee Titans with the AFC South title and a playoff berth on the line. Join us Saturday on air and on the free live stream, sponsored by AutoZone.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with zero down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at FolsomLakeFord.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com. 0
down with approved credit. Hey guys, if you have Peyronie's disease, West Coast Men's Health can help. Acoustic wave therapy can dissolve the knot that's causing the problem. No pill or cream will ever do that. And right now, we're offering a free treatment just for coming in. If you suffer from Peyronie's or ED, call West Coast Men's Health today.
With clinics in Sacramento and San Mateo, call 916-829-8273. That's 916-829-8273. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
One more note in football. I have a thing here. You know, maybe you are, maybe you're not following the whole Speaker of the House thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't like to mix politics and sports. We don't like to do that here. That's what the consultants say no.
Okay.
Regardless of what side you're on, you may want to know. Kevin McCarthy has now lost 6 in a row votes, but he can still become Speaker with a Patriots loss, a Jaguars win, and a Steelers tie. So keep that in mind. That says Seth Williams on Twitter. I thought that was cute.
Yeah. That's a good parlay.
Did you know, by the way, you do not have to be a member of Congress to be Speaker of the House?
I did not know that.
You literally could be Speaker of the House. They could nominate you. You get the 220 whatever. Jason Ross, Speaker of the House.
And then I wouldn't show up and I'd literally put a speaker.
A speaker in the House?
Yes.
What about an Alexa-enabled speaker?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Any speaker you want. Smart speaker that had it on Sactown Sports.
Should Alexa be Speaker of the House?
I actually think that's the answer.
Think about it. She's Speaker of most houses.
Thank you. Exactly.
Alexa versus Siri.
Versus Google. What's Google's? Is it just Hey Google?
It's good.
Is there a name?
It's Tom Gugliotta.
Tom Gugliotta. He was way ahead.
That'd be great.
Vivek was not at the game last night.
He is a regular. He hasn't been at a couple, I think, in a row.
You say what you want about Vivek. And that's the point, but he's there.
Yes.
He's always there. Thick and thin, good and bad. He's there courtside watching every game. He was not there last night. I know other owners like the Jacobs brothers, who a lot of times they'll come up from Southern California, San Diego. They sit in those seats by the King's bench, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They were not there. So, and I mean, you know, rich guy problems. I get it. But the thing is the winds. You couldn't fly.
Yeah.
You couldn't fly yesterday. So a lot of the folks that descend on Sacramento for the games couldn't fly. There were a lot of questions because at one point, I want to say it was about an hour before tip-off, maybe 2. There was a state of emergency declared, and the I don't know, Highway Patrol, I think it was, said no non-essential travel. Only and so a lot of people were legitimately wondering if the game would be played.
Yeah.
The game was always going to be played, even if there was 3 fans there, but tough decision, I think, for a lot of fans. I don't want to say proud, because I don't think, in order for me to say, if I say I was really proud of the crowd last night for braving the elements, like that implies that if you decided to be safe and stay home, that was a bad thing. Right. I think everybody should err on the side of caution, and you can go see another game. But I was surprised, sort of, because it's Kings fans, at how packed the arena was last night.
I know listed as a sellout, that could be ticket sold, but it actually looked really full to me, and sounded loud, especially at the end.
And that was, you know, listen, it wasn't the rain really, it was the winds.
Yeah,
I was telling you during the break, I have a little tiny little itsy bitsy canvas gazebo that goes over to a barbecue in the backyard. As I was leaving for work today, I looked over and it's in my front yard. It went over the fence.
Wow!
Somehow it jumped. It jumped over the fence and it's in my front yard. And so now I got to wait until 5:30 for my wife to come home and deal with it. What am I supposed to do? The Kings last night. There's a hawk and wind joke there that I need to workshop a little bit more. Did not work out for your Sacramento Kings as they lost to the Hawks, who, as we mentioned earlier, Jason, is such a pain in the butt for the Kings. I was really hoping this was going to be the start of like an 8-game winning streak.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case.
The Hawks ended the Kings' 7-game win streak earlier in the year.
You know, they did.
And swept the Kings. I don't like that.
I don't like that call. Speaking of, you did a great job on the call yesterday. The players yesterday had comments, including Davion Mitchell, the defending defensive player. I believe that was Casey Akpala, right?
The change.
I think Davion's won it at least once, if not twice.
Oh, it really honestly should be named after him.
The Davion Mitchell, the Davion player of the game.
Yeah,
exactly. The DDPOG. He had comments on defense yesterday.
I think it's good for us. Even though we lost tonight, I think we're learning how to win, doing winning plays and things like that you see in Utah and even the Denver game, just making those winning plays. I think it slipped tonight, like I said. We got to protect the paint more. Every game, we just got to just keep protecting the paint. I mean, I think the last game against Memphis, they ended up scoring a lot of points in the paint. So if we just keep emphasizing and protecting that, we'll be fine.
Yeah, that was him on playing close games. Excuse me. Here he is on defense.
I think we should do a better job of protecting the paint. I mean, kind of you see Trae Young went one-on-one with Keegan. Not a lot of people can guard Trae Young one-on-one, so we got to do a better job of just recognizing that and being in the paint so he can see bodies.
Yeah.
And credit too here. There's another team here. Atlanta, I don't really want to give them credit, but they were seeking out those switches. And when you get Trae Young and Keegan Murray, that's what I would want. And Trae Young's difficult. And unfortunately, Keegan moved his feet, tried to stay in front of him, couldn't. And the worst part is he fouled him on that drive and gave him a big and one.
It's a tough foul.
It is.
There was a few. I mean, it was a foul.
Yeah.
The refs, once again, were a part of I don't think it was as egregious, but there were certainly, it just seems every night you can point to these calls that. And
very debatable.
Very debatable.
Yeah.
The Kings had made 25 free throws in a row to start the game. They were 25 of 25.
Unheard of by these guys.
Unheard of by these guys. And Domantas Sabonis missed those too. And nobody feels worse about it than Domas. And the guy goes 20, 14, and 8. I believe he's now tied with DeMarcus Cousins for most consecutive double-doubles.
15 in a row.
It's just, by the way, 2 steals and a block to go with that, 2 on 7 of 13 shooting, which for him is a low percentage lately. Domantas Sabonis is not why we lost the game. That's a very unfortunate thing that happened, but you point to their free throw shooting, the fact that they got to the line 5 more times than the Hawks. That's great. They shot 40% from behind the arc. It's not great. It's not bad. I'll take that every single night. Just in last night's situation, they turned the ball over 5 less times than the Hawks. They were only out rebounded by 2. They had 5 more assists. The problem really was the Hawks outshot them by 7% from the field, 53.6%. That's your ball game right there. The Kings pretty much, I can't point to one thing, Jason, and go, that's why.
Yeah, we're going to look at the last 2 minutes, certainly when the Kings caught him, got the lead, and the mistakes maybe the last minute and change. But I think consistently throughout the night, I didn't think the Kings had the same edge defensively.
Yeah.
And it felt like, the game, I said during the broadcast, was living between like 4-point deficit to 9. Like nobody had a 10-point lead. Kings' largest lead was 4 at the end. And they just kept, here comes the run. No, Atlanta would score. Oh, good. Big 3 by Herter. Another basket because straight line drives. I just thought, and the other thing, I did feel like it's a reality of the league. I thought the Kings looked a little gassed from the night before. The second night of a back-to-back, not
Charlotte.
Other teams do it, and the Kings nearly won with all that. But I go, I just don't feel like they have the same zip. Now they had the fight and the grit to try to win it, but just they weren't as sharp as they have been.
Well, we mentioned the Washington game. So they lost to Washington by 14.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't believe that.
Yeah.
But then look at the results after that, whether it's a win or a loss. 7 to Denver.
Yeah, when that was the one they were up 20.
Mm-hmm. Then a 1-point win, a 1-point win, a 10-point loss to Memphis, a 2-point win, a 3-point loss. They're playing a lot of close games.
Yes.
And the funny thing is they've come out on top in a lot of those games this year. And Kevin Herter talked about their experience in playing in those grinders.
Yeah, we've won a lot of those close games. It feels like this was the first one in a while. It felt like we've lost as it's come down the wire, maybe that first Denver game. So for the most part, we've done a good job really down the stretch. De'Aaron has been really good for us down the stretch. Just like I said, they just made more plays. Both teams have felt like this was a game there was going to be a lot of possessions. The pace that this game was played at, it felt like both teams just kept going on mini runs and the other team would respond. And so, even we went up 4 there. There was, I think, a minute 11, minute 6 left on the clock. And, you knew the game wasn't over. There was still a lot of game left to be played. So, I'm sure if the game was another 2-3 minutes, we could have hit them with another run. It was just, they made the final punch.
You got to learn how to win those, and they've done well at that.
Absolutely.
But there is when we talk, whether we talk about rest, whether we talk about two missed free throws, there's a saying in the fight sports that you never want to leave it in the judge's hands. That's how you avoid bad decisions.
Yeah.
You don't leave it in the judge's hands. And I think right now that's something the Kings need to learn, because you can't be perfect for 48 minutes. and Jason, I don't know if this is just me thinking this, but I just feel like if I had an overall criticism of the Kings over their last 10 games and over their last 10 games, want to look at.
Well, you can go last 20, they're 10-10. So it's not like that's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I would say there's stretches in these games where I think they're playing with their food a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like they're just kind of just kind of dorking around.
Yeah, I felt like that the Utah game 2 nights ago where they were ahead, but I'm like, this thing should be 20, 25.
Yes, that's the perfect
it was
example.
11, it was 9. I'm like, they're outplaying him. Utah can't make anything. This game is too close. This may burn them, and it nearly did.
It didn't.
Yeah,
but it
easily could have.
They should have lost one of those Utah games, I think, when it's all said and done. And so maybe that's the karma gods in the NBA evening it out last night against the Hawks. The good news is it's a pretty nice homestand the rest of the way. Very, very winnable games. They're off until Saturday, but we're not done with last night's game. When we come back, we'll hear from Mike Brown. We'll get his opening statement from last night, and then a little bit more from Kevin Huerter as well. By the way, Kevin Huerter will join us tomorrow, in case you've been wondering where the Kevin Huerter show has been. Because of scheduling this week, it was just tough to do on our normal Wednesday. We'll have Kevin on tomorrow. We'll be right back.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sactown Sports.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com, 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. You've heard me talk with my friend Shelby about real estate for a long, long time. You know what? Shelby's main goal? He just wants to help you save money no matter how. So what is Shelby doing right now with the real estate market all over the place? He's pivoting. Solarwithshelby.com. And you might be saying like, oh God, solar. No, listen, Shelby's got it dialed in, especially if you're a PG&E customer. He can save you 30 to 50% off your bill, 30% federal tax credit, dollar for dollar. It comes back in cash. Protect yourself from inflation. These numbers could be going up and up and up. 100% financing? Yeah, they've got it. Nothing down, 30% tax credit, 25-year guarantee. What more do you need? Go to solarwithshelby.com. That's what you need. You need solar. Solarwithshelby.com. Save yourself some money today and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Don't miss your final chances at $50,000 with Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge Big Guy Vince Bloom and Sactown Sports Pick'em Contest. Win a Twin Peaks gift card and a chance at $50,000 at the Hard Rock Casino Resort at season's end. Visit SactownSports.com for details.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, get a free T-check and free exam. Book your appointment today at Revive Sacramento. We know we can help you. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
When it comes to your sewer, what goes down must come out. Get a detailed video inspection absolutely free with any sewer drain cleaning and keep life flowing in the right direction. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
The new year is upon us with promises of new beginnings and new adventures, but don't let 2022 slip away without savoring the memories of all you enjoyed with family and friends. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Of course, looking forward with anticipation is exciting, but I have a lot to appreciate in this past year, and much of that revolves around time with family and more good time spent around my Naturewood dining table. Watching my grandson get messy with his birthday cake is priceless. And it reminds me that new life is the perfect balance between yesterday and today. Greet the new year with a visit to Naturewood Home Furnishings. See all the fine furniture and accessories on sale with Naturewood's New Year sale. Find that perfect piece of furniture that's new today and filled with memories for tomorrow. The memories you make with your family will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Without the ones like you who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Dr. Stork. Why give your family just ordinary eggs when they can enjoy the best? Eggland's Best. The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition compared to ordinary eggs. With 6 times more vitamin D, 10 times more vitamin E, 25% less saturated fat, and 38% more lutein. Because the way we care is anything but ordinary. Only Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Coors Light, E2 Family Winery, and Xfinity.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was a tight game all night, but in the end, the Hawks pulled out the win over your Sacramento Kings.
16 seconds to go. Fox to the left, guarded by Okongwu, tries to go by him, drives middle. Fox, tough force, it's blocked. Sabonis, offensive rebound, put back. Nope. Rebound to Atlanta. You got to foul Okongwu, and they didn't. Trae Young is trapped in the backcourt. He'll lob it into the front court. Barnes will let it go, and that is how the game will end. The Kings do not get a call on the defensive end. They do not get a finish on the offensive end. A great comeback ultimately has their hearts ripped out by Atlanta as the Hawks finish strong and win 120-117.
4 of the 5 Kings starters scored at least 20 points last night, with De'Aaron Fox finishing with 25, Kevin Huerter putting in 24, Harrison Barnes going for 22, and Domantas Sabonis adding 20. The Kings look to get back in the win column Saturday against the Lakers. The Boston Red Sox and third baseman Rafael Devers agreed to an 11-year, $331 million extension yesterday. Devers, a 2-time All-Star, is 26 and lands the biggest contract in Red Sox history. Coming up on today's show, Sam Amick, NBA insider from The Athletic, joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, before we get into the Kings, I want to say something, Jason. I was talking about on Twitter last night, and it's going on our YouTube chat. You can go to YouTube, by the way, search KHTK, and there you go. Shout out to weather people. Okay, let me make this. I always laugh at the it was bomb cyclone, more like a hand grenade cyclone. Listen.
Is it over, by the way?
No.
Right.
So weather people do something that literally would get you burned at the stake like 200 years ago. They're magic. They predict weather. It's pretty awesome what technology has done, that you pretty much know it's going to rain 3 days from now, or it's going to be 90 degrees in a week and a half, whatever, right? So here they're screwed either way. We've had this crazy weather. Dude, I've seen the satellite imagery. I'm no weather person. That thing looks like something Mark Wahlberg doesn't want to roll a boat through in a movie. You know what I'm saying? It is like that perfect storm crazy thing. We've had fires galore over the last God knows how long that have slicked everything up. When you have these burn scars, it increases flooding. There's nothing for the water to sink into anymore or to slow it down. And people are actually going, it's fake news. They excite everything. Get ready to go with bomb cyclone and atmospheric river and all that. But here's the thing. First off, I just read, and I'm not making light of this, I just read another headline in the B during the break. They found a third body in the floods. Okay.
Exactly.
People are.
So tell it to that family that it's not a big deal.
Thank you. There literally are people dying.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, because we can all choose to be as prepared or unprepared or as scared or not sure, whatever. I really would rather my weather people err on the side of caution.
Sure.
What I don't want is them to be like, well, it could be, but who knows? Yeah. Right. And then, 30 people were killed from the flash flood that nobody prepared for. And then we're sitting there going, why didn't you warn us?
Yeah. And it's not thousands, but if it's 3 and it's your family, again, tell me how that family feels.
It's the same type of people that get mad that there's only 2 rubber bands around their newspaper instead of 3.
Right.
Get out of here. Shout out to weather people.
There you go.
The weather last night was stormy on the inside. I'm trying to do a weather segue there because it was up and down and left and right. And it didn't end up well. And the rain cloud followed Kings fans all the way home. It was a sad, sad day. They lost to the Hawks. What are you going to do? Coach Brown opened up with this statement.
Man, you got to give the Hawks credit. We went up 4, and they stayed with it. We couldn't get the necessary stops down the stretch. They basically just went at what they felt was a mismatch and attacked the mismatch and got layups. So we have to do a better job in those situations in trying to control the basketball and not allow them to get a look, at the rim. If they take and make a 3, that's one thing, but getting 2 layups and one of the layups being an and one was tough to overcome down the stretch. But give those guys credit. They hung in there and they were physical and they came in and got a win.
Yeah, they did. They came in, they got their win, and Mike Brown needs a little more out of his team.
Yeah, I say this all the time. I get a lot of people that say, hey, you guys doing great playing fast, and the offense is this and the offense is that. At the end of the day, the offense is fun to watch and all that. And you're going to probably win some regular season games, but we have to be able to sit down and guard if we expect to be a really good team and make some noise come playoff time. If we can't sit down and guard the ball, it could be tough for us.
Yeah, by the way, Sacramento Kings have played 37 games, which is less than most if not all the league. Jeez. They're 20-17. They are tied and by percentage points, they're in first place in the Pacific Division. I'm looking forward to another banner. And they are the 5 seed currently.
Yep.
Behind the Dallas Mavericks, and we're just this side of halfway through the season. That doesn't mean they should have lost to the Hawks last night in a game they were favored by 1 point in.
Right.
And all you can do is hope that, okay, this is like body blows in boxing. This is all going to pay off later in the year. They need to learn how to either not be in close games or continue to win close games. And they have a schedule now, Jason, coming up, as you're well aware, where they finish out this homestand with 4 more games. You got the Lakers coming in Saturday night Lakers. That crowd's going to be awesome. Saturday night Lakers. And then you got Orlando, who took a buzzer beater to win last year, but they did get that road win. And then a back-to-back with Houston before going to San Antonio. I'd like to see a little 4-game win streak.
Yeah, I think starting with the most recent Jazz game, the Kings, Dave, were beginning a stretch of 9 games against teams below 500. Great to look at, great opportunity. And the Kings were, I believe, the last team to lose to a team in the league below 500. But now all of a sudden, it's Washington, it's Charlotte, it is now Atlanta. Well, that's 3 in 2 weeks. So
yeah,
still they're on the better side of that, but that's creeping up to a number that I think is getting a little bit uncomfortable. And those teams I think are a little bit better than their record, but that doesn't matter. That's the kind of stuff you want to take care of and build that equity and get that above 500 mark to 5, 6. This, I think last night, if I have it right, was the 7th time this year, 6th or 7th, that they could have finally gotten to 5 over 500, and they've lost that game every time.
They don't want that.
And I think it would be the first time since like 04 or 06. I mean, it's a long, long time that they haven't been to this mark, and they just can't quite get over that hump. It's still right in front of them. They could do it here with a couple in a row. But I know what Coach's point is. We're going to look at the end of the game, and I don't think they defended as well late. But it's first quarter defense too, second quarter defense, just kind of locking in. And again, things were against them as far as second out of a back-to-back, but those are excuses. Like, go get it done. It's hard. It's difficult, but you want to be a good team. You have to do all those things.
I'm going to dip my toe in the water of expectations here as much as I hate doing this. I'm going to make a prediction. I think by the time they go on the road to face San Antonio January 15th, I think there'll be 5 games over 500.
Okay.
I do. I think I think it's okay to have a little. I expect this team to at minimum win 3 of their next 4. I expect it. And if they don't, it's not the end of the world, but I will be surprised.
Yeah.
And I'll ask you this. Let's play a game of how well do you have your finger on the pulse of Kings Nation. I'm going to put out a poll here during the break. At this point with the Kings at 20-17, the question is going to be, if this team ends up being a play-in team, and by play-in team, I don't mean 8, which I understand is a play-in team. But if they end up getting one of the last couple seeds and they get into the play-in, would that be considered a disappointment?
Where we are today, my answer would be yes. I think you need context because the night they lost to Washington, the feeling I had leaving that arena, I was shell-shocked that they were down 30. Mm-hmm. They lost by 14, but leaving the game, I went, uh-oh, Sabonis is hurt, and that didn't look good.
Right.
So at that moment, I'm thinking, I don't know what the outcome of this, but if he's out 4, 6, 8 weeks, they're in trouble. Now, he missed 1 game. So a huge swing, and we're not in the clear. I mean, he could re-aggravate that could happen. But I'm thinking of other teams right now, like Phoenix is a really good team. They're without Booker for a month. Curry's been out. Like, these other teams are scrambling. Zion's now out. Ingram's been out. Kings are doing some good things. They've been pretty healthy, Dave. They need to build more equity than some of these other teams that are banged up. Kings have their roster ready to go.
I think they've been the healthiest team in the NBA.
Yeah, I think literally they might be by games missed, right?
And yes. And by the way, to your point, you mentioned it. Their star player broke his thumb, and he's literally having the best stretch of basketball of the season. That's how lucky they've been.
Yeah.
That's how lucky they've been.
They need to do more work here.
And by the way, as we go to break, 3rd easiest schedule. Only Toronto and Washington have easier schedules the rest of the season. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's 3 for time. Don't forget, Sam Amick will join us in 50 minutes. We'll take a play from last night's game and what could you do over there. Georgetown basketball, there's a reason they're in 3 for madness. And Night Court's getting a reboot. I have thoughts. We'll get to 3 for in just 1 minute.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, continues their $500 primetime football giveaway through the playoffs. That's $500 per game for the late games played Saturday and Sunday night. Still located conveniently downtown in a friendly environment for the best food, best service, and best actions. It's Capital Casino, open 24/7. And please, as always, remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Folsom Lake Honda, in addition to great prices on new Hondas, we stock the best selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, and each one of those vehicles is priced to sell now.
With new cars in high demand, Folsom Lake Honda has a great selection of quality one-owner trades with low miles, and each is priced to sell now. Every used vehicle on the lot comes with a Carfax vehicle history report and has passed a safety inspection. Shop our entire selection at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
J. Mars.
Hi.
Hi, Jay.
Hey, Jason.
Did you know Sam Amick will be joining us in just 47 minutes from now?
Well, in 10 seconds, it'll be 46 minutes. So, ha.
Okay. Well, you're in charge of 3 for Madness. I very much like your jacket, hoodie.
It's a jacket. It's a reversible.
But it's got a hood, right?
Yeah, a reversible hood as well.
It looks comfortable.
This is like my all-time favorite jacket.
Great looking jacket.
Super comfy. You can wear it 2 different ways. Hey, now.
And not like $900 like that one jacket from the artist they put out last week.
Dude, this jacket was free.
You like that better than your King? Is that a King starter jacket that you have?
I have a King starter jacket. Yeah, I like this one better because it fits better. My King starter jacket's a little big.
Okay. Well, you know what? So is this segment. It's really big, and you're in charge.
Well, hey, speaking of those Kings.
Fun
segue. If you could pick just one play from last night's Kings game to get a do-over on, I'm sorry. Which play would you pick? Which play would you get a mulligan on?
Does the Sabonis trip to the free throw line count?
Yeah.
Because I think 9 times out of 10 he doesn't miss 2. And I think that's not
so you want it to be inbounds?
Yeah, or I just want him to get another trip to the line, a different trip.
Well, that's not I guess, yeah.
It's a do-over. Like, hey, dude, here's another chance at that. They were 25 of 25. That would have given them a 2-point lead?
3 if he made both.
3-point lead.
Yeah.
I honestly believe if he makes both, they win that ball game last night. The Kings have had some pretty good bounces go their way. They had the Lauri Markkanen 0.1, 2, 3, whatever it was, go their way. That ball did not bounce their way. By the way, question: did the fans get crumble cookies?
I don't know.
I would assume
they
no.
did not highlight that. No.
I would assume that.
Also, if you do want to take out a second mortgage on your house, crumble cookies are great.
Yes, I agree, and also I agree. Jason, what play?
Freshly clean shaven, Jason Ross. By the way.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It'd look good for the play-by-play
for radio.
By the way, did you shave yesterday before?
I shaved. I did both. I did the hair and the face.
Now, did you shave with a razor? I'm asking, or did you use or did you trim down the stubble?
Just trim down.
Okay, because I was going to say, dude.
Oh, this isn't like I didn't go clean. No, it's
right. Okay.
Our joke used to be like with Vlade ever shaving. Right. He had 5 o'clock shadow by the layup line. Like he was ready.
Vlade had 10 a.m. shadow.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
I guess I will take the sequence. Let's see, the Sabonis 2 missed free throws, then the free throws by Murray. I would take the next one. King's best clutch players, De'Aaron Fox, has the ball in the wing. Down by 1, love the odds, and he got picked by Dejounte Murray going the other end. Honestly, that Murray threw him into the 3rd row. No call. Maybe Fox sells that. But I'd like to see that play done again with either a different decision by Fox or, clearly he could go by him, and he was trying to, but he got picked clean. I'd like to see that one done over again. It also is the moment where you're down 1.
Yes.
Here's the hero play, and, oh, wait, what? They're in trouble now. And that was a letdown.
Number 2.
Question 2.
Speaking of letdowns, Georgetown basketball lost last night.
What happened?
May not seem like a big deal, but that ended up breaking the Big East Conference record with their 25th straight loss. What has happened to this once proud program, and why is it Patrick Ewing's fault?
It hurts me that it's Ewing that's the coach.
It hurts me too, and that's the thing. You have to fire him.
Oh,
you have to.
That's our childhood. That's the guy that built the program.
I'm old enough to remember. God, what was it? And I'm going to get him out of order, but it was like Ewing, Morning, Mutombo.
That's the right order.
I'm missing one, and he wasn't as good. It was like not Othell Wilson, but that's
the
not
big man or just overall
big
guys?
man. No, they had a stretch of centers. Who was the one?
There was one after Mutombo, but wasn't
who
as
I
good.
believe made the NBA. I can't remember his name for the life of me, but.
Sweeney? Did it have Sweeney that was there? I don't know.
No, damn it. Anyway, so
Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
Right.
Allen Iverson, the next center for them.
Yeah.
No, I believe it came after. I want to say because Mutombo came after Morning, right?
Correct.
I think it was
Mutombo was the year before Morning.
Actually, Knight comes after Morning.
That's a great point right there. It was the next center after that because it went Ewing, Mutombo, Morning. Like they had that stretch of 3. Anyways, and we love Patrick Ewing.
Yes.
And he
interviewed here.
Right, he did.
I mean, Vlade was very high on him.
Took him way too long to get a coaching job. But here's the thing: if it's anybody but Patrick Ewing,
yeah, he'd be gone already.
he'd
Right?
be gone already. You can't be Georgetown, lose 25 in a row, and still keep your job.
By the way, you were thinking of Othella Harrington.
Harrington, yes.
You were close there.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, that's Othell Wilson.
Also, quickly coming out of Georgetown, Mike Sweetney
Sweetney.
Roy Hibbert,
Yeah.
Greg Monroe,
Yeah.
Otto Porter Jr. I mean, just a list of
Wow.
really good players.
Where are they all?
I listen, are they UCLA, Duke, North Carolina? No.
Florida State.
But I would say that they are 1A.
Yeah.
They're a storied program. You can't lose 25 in a row.
No.
That's ridiculous.
Sorry, Pat.
I was such a big Georgetown guy as a little kid.
Yeah, it was just that was one of the programs, the
it.
benchmark program.
I love Georgetown. I love those run and rev you out of, because Florida State
Yeah.
basically didn't have a basketball program, so I had to kind of run around a bandwagon. And
Right.
it was a really enjoyable stretch of college basketball.
Back when we used to follow it every day.
Every day. Terry DeHare in Seton Hall, Ramil
Nice.
Robinson in Michigan. Yeah. Anyways, I have a special place in the heart for Georgetown. Love their colors, by the way. Love that gray look.
Yeah.
You got to do something there, and it sucks because Patrick Ewing, by all accounts, seems like a great guy, a great coach, but he's obviously not recruiting how he needs to recruit.
Yeah, and I don't know why it's different now because obviously he went there and others followed that tradition, but good times have gone.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't he at one time rumored to be interested in the Kings head
What
coaching
you were
job?
looking everything up, Jason was mentioning.
Okay.
Yeah, Vlade was very high on him. I mean, he was probably at least in the top 3, if not top 2 for this job.
And interviewed other places too.
Yep. Number 3.
Question 3.
Okay, speaking of losing.
Yeah.
You both have claimed to like the show Night Court
Love
when
it.
you were kids.
Love.
Of course, this was an 80s sitcom on NBC.
Marky Post.
R.I.P. My first.
R.I.P. Harry Anderson as well.
R.I.P. Well, yeah.
Not a
but
crush,
I
but
didn't
yeah.
have a crush on him.
He's
so
fine. Why not?
Yeah, R.I.P. both of them.
The show is getting a reboot.
Yeah, Richard Moll.
Richard Moll's still with us.
Did
Okay,
you
good.
see who? And honestly, would not have picked that
Of the group?
the group that
Like-
Richard Moll, and God bless him, was
Right.
good. So it's getting a don't what
On NBC.
Oh God!
You guys in?
No. I mean,
Wow.
Okay. I watched the first episode, but I'm gonna hate watch it.
Yeah, I saw a commercial for it.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, NBC. Whoa, Night Court.
Yeah.
Didn't know. And I see there's a female judge. I don't know if that's Harry and I don't know. I don't know the storyline, but then I saw like one of the
Harriet
clips.
Anderson.
I saw one of the clips. Hey, John Larroquette. He's in it. He looks
Okay.
great.
Is he still Dan? I wonder. Is he still
He's
playing?
got to be,
He
right?
has to play the same character.
Really though? Oh,
Yeah.
Well, you can't have a reboot and he's someone completely different
I'm
if
sorry.
he's in the show.
I don't mean that he wouldn't be Dan. He would be Dan.
Right.
Dan was it Dan O'Sullivan? No, that was Christina Sullivan.
Yeah.
Dan.
What
okay.
fan you are.
Oh, I can't pull that.
Yeah. Anyways,
Was
no.
it even Dan?
Yeah,
it was.
Dan.
It was Dan. Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying would he? I don't mean would he still be Dan? He's gonna, of course, still be Dan. I'm just wondering, is he still an attorney, or did he move on to be like? See, I would have liked it if you'd have made Dan the judge. By now,
Growth.
Right.
Yeah.
There's something there.
Well, it got the benefit of the time slot it went into, but then it was a good show. It was entertaining. It was fun. I don't know. I mean, maybe I've not watched that in a rewatch. Maybe it's not good.
Dan Fielding.
Dan
Fielding.
But you know, it's
Yeah.
one of those like maybe nostalgic for us. If we watched the old Night Court,
It's
would it
on the
still be
Peacock.
I have watched it.
good?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still great.
It holds up.
It's just a monster of the week type of thing,
Yeah.
except funny. You know, and by the way, you go back and you see like the guy who played Data on Night Court, Brent Spiner.
Yeah.
He was one of the recurring characters. It's just a fun show, and you
With a great theme.
And
Yes.
listen, we've had that in almost every generation. Before us was Barney Miller,
Mhm.
and then Barney Miller became Night Court. Night Court became Seinfeld, and I'm talking about very specifically the bass,
Right.
not like Hill Street Blues or Cheers. I'm talking about the bass-driven theme song. Night Court fits right in there, and you
Yeah.
talk about the spot it was in. To me, the greatest stretch of programming we've ever seen: Cosby Show, Family Ties, Cheers, Night Court,
Yeah.
L.A. Law,
Just
and
a
then
killer.
ER.
Yeah. And anything they then would plug and play there would work.
That's where Seinfeld got its
Yeah.
start.
I will root for it, but Dave, if this is on in September, I mean, this is a mid-season ad,
Yeah,
I'll
no
be
way.
shocked.
No chance. No chance. We'll take a break. Yeah, I don't like that call.
Mhm.
Not a very good call. When we come back, let's get back to Kings Hawks. Where did it all go wrong? We got more audio for you after this.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Jason Ross here to tell you about my friends at ACR Solar and Home Services. So many different things they provide. Of course, solar. It's in their name. It's what they do well. But they do many things well, and we found that out when we met with them and we were looking for a brand new roof. And I'm glad we've done that now because the summer was exciting to go through that. Obviously, they do great work. But now with all this rain going on, we're safe, we're secure. We've got that peace of mind that we were looking for. We were longtime homeowners, same house, 20-plus years now, about 21 years almost in our new home, or our home, and that was once new to us, but the roof was not when we bought the house. It had served its purpose. It was time for us to get a new roof. We met with multiple companies, but ACR Solar and Home Services was the right one for us. John, the owner, Joe, the roofing expert, the connection was perfect. Price point, deliverables, everything that we asked for, we got and we wanted. And then they kept the timeline, their work ethic, the results, right? We got a brand new roof, good curb appeal, peace of mind, everything that a homeowner is looking for. If you're looking for things like that, anything related to your home, check them out at acrsolar.com.
Hi, guys. It's Mark with Coastside Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
Dancing crew, trip for two. Nail the final interview. Game with Doug. Brand new mug. Come here, kid. Give me a hug. The more you want to do, the more we want to do. New COVID-19 boosters designed for recent Omicron variants are now available. Learn about eligibility and schedule a free updated booster today at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
American Energy wants to make sure you and your family are safe this winter with a $49 furnace tune-up. Plus, if you're ready for a new one, get half off with American Energy's 50% off furnace special. With 0% financing and payment plan options available, there's no reason to keep putting off making your home safe, warm, and comfy for you and your family this holiday. Call American Energy today at 916-520-9990 or visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. 50% off furnace when you purchase a whole home HVAC system. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with other offers or specials.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was a tight game last night, but in the end, it was the Hawks who were victorious over the Kings.
16 seconds to go. Fox to the left, guarded by Okongwu, tries to go by him, drives middle, Fox, tough force, it's blocked, Sabonis offensive rebound, put back, nope, rebound to Atlanta, you got to foul Okongwu, and they didn't. Trae Young is trapped in the backcourt, he'll lob it into the front court, Barnes will let it go, and that is how the game will end. The Kings do not get a call on the defensive end, they do not get a finish on the offensive end. A great comeback ultimately has their hearts ripped out by Atlanta as Henry, the Hawks, finish strong and win 120-117.
4 of the 5 Kings starters scored at least 20 points last night, with De'Aaron Fox finishing with 25, Kevin Huerter putting in 24, Harrison Barnes going for 22, and Domantas Sabonis adding 20. The Kings look to get back in the win column Saturday against the Lakers. The Boston Red Sox and third baseman Rafael Devers agreed to an 11-year, $331 million contract extension on Wednesday. Devers, a two-time All-Star, is 26 years old and lands the biggest contract in Red Sox history. Coming up on today's show, NBA insider for The Athletic, Sam Amick, joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Well, this is interesting because Tom from Pat Tom and Cody Show just poked his head in here. He's still here right now. Wave to the camera, Tom. It's and he's taking money from Jason Ross. We don't know why, but he just came in here and we don't have your. Why don't we have your mic on there? It's working now.
Cody on our show has the hiccups, and there is a foolproof way to get somebody to quit hiccuping, but I need a $20 bill. So thank you, Jason.
No, hold on. Sorry.
Did I just get taken?
Yeah, and Jason's glaring at me, and I deserve it. But please tell me quickly, how does the $20 bill get somebody from
psychological?
You just give them a $20.
You give them a $20 bill. You say hiccup one more time, and this $20 bill is yours.
Please come back at some point and update us on how it didn't work.
And the 20.
And yeah, the 20. Too.
And if it doesn't work, Jason, I'll pay you back, but it's going to work.
Pay it back. You should pay it back 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pay back 30. Yes.
I didn't hear you.
You made the deal. Shocking. Tom Bailey didn't hear me.
Actually, how about if it does work,
you get
still
right.
Bring the money back.
Only thing I've ever done that Curious Hiccups, I think, is peanut butter works pretty well. Yeah, weirdly enough. Real quick. Also, we were not here. Barbara Walters passed away. We were just talking about that during the break.
Yeah.
One of my favorite interviewers of all time, glass ceiling breaker, phenomenal. That Sean Connery interview has been making the rounds too, back in the day. And if you haven't seen the Oprah Winfrey tribute where she brings out like almost every big female journalist ever to come out on The View on Barbara Walters' last day and pay homage to her, it was pretty amazing. And we bring that up because Ryan was debating who had the better lineup, and he mentioned the show that Barbara Walters and I think it was Hugh Downs, 50-50. Sacramento Kings had a 50-50 chance of winning the ball game last night.
Yeah.
They came up on the wrong end. I thought the call was fantastic, especially on the Fox Jam.
Still enough time, Jay. They got to get there. De'Aaron Fox to the back.
Oh, Fox! No, he didn't. Yes. He did.
There it is.
He caught a body, went right through the teeth of the defense, and jammed it in the face of Okongwu. Oh, mercy.
Aha. Here comes a dejected Tom Bailey, but I can't talk to you because I have to focus. I'm sorry, but apparently it didn't work. Yeah, you're good. He's going to pay you back.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't work. Shocking. First off, great call.
Thank you.
Secondly, we kid because we care. We got to call out our enemies, but we also have to call out our friends.
Still enough time, Jay. They got to get there. De'Aaron Fox to the back.
Henry.
I was late on the call.
Were you?
Yeah, I was late.
That's not like Henry stepped on you little.
He was good. I thought he had a great night too. That was fun.
I'll take your word for it.
And I will say you might have led to that. I saw a tweet that you put out. You're saying whatever. Listen, because I think I had a tweet. You said no, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Yes.
And I don't know if that was subconscious. I said that call once before, and other people said, "Oh, you can do it again." I'm like, I don't know. It just came out the one time. I didn't plan to do it. That moment felt pretty spectacular, and it just. I started. I'm like, well, I can't stop.
Listen, as we move on to the rest of the game, we talked about earlier. And by the way, for those of you who weren't with us, G-Man was out sick last night.
Yep.
Should be back Saturday.
Yeah.
We all love him and can't wait for him to come back. You did a wonderful job filling in. Maybe I'm not saying you pull it out, at a free throw, but nothing wrong with that. A lot of guys pile up some catchphrases here and there.
Yeah,
it's a
true.
great natural catchphrase. It's not like you planned it out.
I did not.
Although I think a wonderful KHTK video, I just want to tell this to our assistant program director, would be Jason sitting around trying to come up and test out catchphrases. I think that would be
that. That'd be fun.
And I think we could all write some up and then you practice saying them.
Okay.
One of those catchphrases was not the Kings won last night.
No,
they did not. They lose to the Hawks. Domantas Sabonis misses not one, but two free throws late. Trae Young with a big and one on Keegan Murray.
1:05 to go. Trae Young, he's lethal. He'll drive right, goes to the hoop, lays it up and in, and a whistle. Oh, I didn't hear the whistle, but he gets it to go and one for Trae Young.
Wow, great job by Trae Young.
It was a great job by Trae Young. And Keegan Murray, or excuse me, Dejounte Murray. I said Keegan because of the Murray. He picks De'Aaron Fox's pocket.
Kendall gets the screen from the rookie Keegan Murray. De'Aaron looking to create. Oh, reach in by Murray. He picked his pocket. Murray's going the other way. Dejounte pushes off. No foul called. Basket is good. Sacramento down 3 with 16.9 to go. Coach Brown is livid. I think it was a clean pick by Murray, but they wanted to push off on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, the push off on Fox is that what? Yeah,
Murray kind of went and shouldered him really more.
Shouldered him.
Yeah.
The forearm, whatever it was, that sent Fox flying. Also, I'd like to be upset with De'Aaron Fox for getting his pocket picked, but let's also remember Dejounte Murray is a wonderful player.
He's a great player. I thought he got him good.
He got him. He
got him.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And more often than not, Fox is going to win those battles.
Right.
But every once in a while, you spin that wheel, it's going to come up on bankrupt. That happened at that point. It was a very, very rough way for that game to end. I tweeted it last night. I don't know how else to describe it. It's great analysis. Just the end of the game felt dumb.
Yeah, I mean, because they had done the climb, they caught him, they got the lead, and you're like, wow, they're going to do it again. They I think it was Herter hit the 3-pointer. It just felt like it's the story. It's the ex-Hawk hits a huge 3. You're looking good. You're about to win the way they've done this at home all the time and time again, and then they're outscored the last 7 points.
We've got breaking.
When it breaks,
We have it first.
it's Sactown Sports breaking news.
It's going to put a smile on your face, and if it doesn't, there's something wrong with you. The Buffalo Bills have announced Damar Hamlin is neurologically intact. He is showing extremely positive signs towards recovery from critical condition due to cardiac arrest. I'm actually reading that from Shams Charania, of all people. I mean, not out of the woods.
Right.
But that's about, other than he's up and doing cartwheels, that's about as good a news. It's so, again, I don't know what the right word is. I was going to say it's so great. It's obviously horrible. It's so great how everyone is legit invested. It just makes me love humanity so much in times like this. And I think a lot of people, nobody knows. You don't, I don't. Tom Maley doesn't know Damar Hamlin. But to hear that news, we're so invested in his well-being.
Right.
To hear the news that he's neurologically intact, he's recovering, he's on the right track. That is fantastic news.
Awesome. And there's no other way to say when we're watching Monday night, the stunned, the shock, and the fact that I was just scared.
Yeah.
Scared of what I was watching, scared of the reactions. Like, are we watching something that, you start to go to the worst place possible?
Yes.
Is what might be happening?
Yes.
And they're maybe not telling us or not certain yet. And it's like, I'm glad we're hearing this news.
And, I still think it's early to talk about, and I'm not certainly going to play, virtue police here. Everyone's free to talk about the games all they want. I just don't want to seem insensitive, and he's still not out of the woods. Let's say this continues at this pace. Let's say the Buffalo Bills decide, because here's where the Disney aspect comes in. And I always like to look for the Disney aspect of things. Here's what I want. I want the Bills to all go visit Damar Hamlin at once. And he's up and he's talking, and at some point he says something like, not only had you guys dang well better play this weekend, but I expect you to go out and do your jobs. And Buffalo goes, I forget who they play this weekend, but they go out and just win, like
Patriots, right?
Yeah, Patriots. Yeah. They beat Nick Cattles, but they beat the Patriots 58-2, and then roll. In sports, we've seen these movies before. Not that they're better without Damar Hamlin, of course, but the emotional. I hope for the Bills players, they're able to turn it from, we go out there with heavy hearts and heavy minds, into, we are more pumped up than we've ever been. We're going to win this for Damar. And as a Niner fan, of course, I want the Niners to win the Super Bowl. But man, if the Bills were able to go from the emotional low to the emotional high and ride this thing through, as a sports fan, I wanted Markkanen's shot to count against the Kings. I'm glad it didn't.
Right.
It would be the same thing. As a sports fan, not a Niner fan, what a wonderful story. And I think there's a lot of people in Buffalo. I think there's a lot of people in Damar Hamlin's life that they need those good feelings more than anyone right now.
Yeah. So, well, and when people talk about, like, hey, thoughts and prayers or support, because you want to feel like you can do something. Well, donations to his children's toy drive that went off the charts. Bengals fans, Bills fans showing up at the hospital. They don't know him. They don't have to do that, but they want to feel like they're I want to do something. I don't know what to do, but I want to do something. And I always choose to look at the good in humanity. There's plenty of bad.
Oh my goodness.
It's easy to find that. But things like this make you feel good, and you want this good news, and I'm glad we're getting a sliver here of that for him.
Over $7 million as of yesterday.
That's incredible.
Over 7. It was, I think, 60,000 and change a couple days ago.
Incredible.
Over $7 million, and that's you know what, Netflix. Netflix. You want a great show idea that's going to cost you next to nothing? When Damar Hamlin recovers, when Damar Hamlin is out of the hospital, and when Damar Hamlin feels up to it and feels like it, which I hope is as soon as this offseason, send a camera crew with Damar Hamlin as he spends this $7-8 million, whatever it will be, and goes and helps facilitate these toys to these kids. I'll watch it. I'll watch it twice a day. There's enough crap you get to watch every day, or you have to watch every day. That's something. We need more smiles on faces. So anyways, that sidetracked that King segment, but for a very, very good reason. We will pause and take a break. When we come back, that's just great news about Damar Hamlin and hopefully much more to follow. When we come back, more of the Kings and the Hawks. Let's look ahead at this homestand as well. We've already started out on a bad note, and we've got some numbers for you as well on this series. We're right back, Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sactown Sports.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Harrison Barnes, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, is also Northern California's #1 Honda certified pre-owned vehicle dealer.
Come see our amazing selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. We have something for everyone. Don't shop dealer to dealer trying to find the perfect used car. Stockton Honda has the selection, financing, and savings you want. Plus, get top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on 2021 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. You've heard me talk with my friend Shelby about real estate for a long, long time. You know what? Shelby's main goal? He just wants to help you save money no matter how. So what is Shelby doing right now with the real estate market all over the place? He's pivoting. Solarwithshelby.com. And you might be saying like, oh God, solar. No, listen. Shelby's got it dialed in, especially if you're a PG&E customer. He can save you 30 to 50% off your bill, 30% federal tax credit, dollar for dollar. It comes back in cash. Protect yourself from inflation. These numbers could be going up and up and up. 100% financing. Yeah, they've got it. Nothing down, 30% tax credit, 25-year guarantee. What more do you need? Go to solarwithshelby.com. That's what you need. You need solar. Solarwithshelby.com. Save yourself some money today and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, get a free T-check and free exam. Book your appointment today at Revive Sacramento. We know we can help you. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
California's largest sportsman's expo is back, January 19th at Cal Expo. Get to your next adventure in style. You'll find the best selection of boats, ATVs, campers, and accessories, all at special prices. See Toyota's powerful Tundra. This is the place to discover your next adventure. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 19th through 22nd at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge,
I want to be that song that gets you high.
and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Coors Light, E2 Family Winery, and Xfinity.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Sam Amick in 17 minutes. And I don't know where we'll fit this in. Should always pre-promote things when you don't know where they're going to fit in. Either of you guys been following this U.S. soccer saga with the head coach?
I saw it and read the story briefly, but I wouldn't say following it.
Whether you're a soccer fan or not, and I generally am not going to throw U.S. soccer coaching news into the show, but this is like a weird movie that's developing in blackmail and old allegations, and there's a new twist today, and I think at some point we need to talk about it. This thing is just soccer can't get out of its own way, man.
Yeah.
And there's some real world stuff involved there as well. We'll get to that later. Sam in just a few minutes. 5-game homestand. Starting out with a loss. What was the last homestand? Was it 6?
It was 6. Started with a loss. Yeah.
Not a good way to kick it off.
No, they were 1-3 at one point in that homestand, then won the last 2.
So. Which sucks because that homestand we had high hopes for.
Right.
They came off that road trip, that 6-game road trip, and we were so happy with the split. I was not happy with the split at home at 3-3.
Yeah.
Certainly not be happy. I mean, you can't have a split here, but I would venture to say I would not be. Is it fair, Jason, to say I would not be happy at 3-2?
Probably going in, but you're already at 0-1, so then you have to win all 4. Can they? Of course they can. They're capable. The teams are playing. I personally am not a fan of these pod games like together. I know they're record-wise better than Houston. I think it's hard to beat a team twice in a row like that.
When we mentioned this earlier, we saw Detroit go in and beat, what did we say? They were 17-2, 17-3 at home. Golden State, they beat them last night. Atlanta almost beat them a couple nights ago, 2 overtimes. But you got the Lakers coming up Saturday. That's going to be a fun game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a rowdy game. Don't know if LeBron James is going to play or not at this point. My guess is he will. Then you have Orlando. You have Houston. And then you have Houston, as you mentioned, the pod game before going back on the road. They will play one game every 2 days, 7th, 9th, 11th, and 13th. So they will get a day off in between every single game. They get a chance to be home for a little bit. And then it's a little 2-game road trip, San Antonio and the Lakers. And then they come back for 4 more. So, with this being a 5-game homestand, that's 9 out of your next 11 at home. And with the exception of Philly and Memphis, I believe every game is against a team under 500. You got to get healthy here.
Yeah.
You got to decide what kind of team you're going to be. And we talked earlier. I agree with you. I think most Kings fans at this point, if I said, hey, blah, 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 roller coaster ride, end of the year, they're going to be the 10 seed, 9 seed. I think most fans would actually consider that a disappointment, which when you go to 50,000 feet, and that's not fair, but when you go to 50,000 feet, you go, wait a minute, you're telling me getting in the play-in is a disappointment when this team hasn't even sniffed playoffs in 16 years?
Right.
But that's where we're at.
Yeah, before the season, people sign up for that right away. Now and I think it's because we're almost to the midway point. We've seen enough of this team. I think expectations have been built up, which I think are fair because I think they're backed up by the way they've played. I mean, we're seeing Domantas Sabonis playing in I think it's fair to say, the back end of the MVP race, right? I mean, top 10-ish. I mean, he's played like an MVP. Not going to win it, but played like one. De'Aaron Fox has more than played like an all-star. So you've got 2 guys playing at such a high level. You've seen high-level play at times from Monk and Herter and Barnes and Murray, but if not consistently, pretty good play. And you've got other key pieces. Bench has been good more times than not. Close game wins, some tough losses too, but the compete level in the games that they don't win is encouraging. I think we're all impressed with the coach. I just there's more things to attach yourself to, but all that being said, we said it earlier, they've been healthy. they've kind of just hovered in this range of a couple games above 500, but they haven't been able to get to that 6, 7, 8, 9 games above 500. You're like, man, they're legitimately good. We all think they're good,
right?
But the scary moment, like we said earlier in the show, where Sabonis, they're down by 30 to Washington, they lose by 14. Sabonis leaves the game with an injury. That felt like the swing potentially of the season.
Yes, it did.
Now they dodged that, and he's playing amazing since. But it's that fragile.
Luck has favored this team this year. Let's just be honest. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean they've had all good luck,
Right. But more of it than bad. Right?
More of it than bad, and even their bad luck, like you mentioned, the Sabonis thing. You have a broken thumb,
right?
And you come back and you literally are having the best stretch of basketball of the season and perhaps of his career. By the way, to answer your point, this isn't this isn't necessarily reliable. Basketball Reference is one of my favorite sites out there. They currently, in their MVP tracker, have Domantas Sabonis 7th.
Okay, so top 10. There you go.
Top 10.
And that's impressive.
Just 4/10 behind Jason Tatum.
They have Tatum 6th.
They have Tatum. So how they track it is win probability.
Okay.
2.3% chance that Domantas Sabonis wins it. That's 0.8 ahead of Donovan Mitchell. So they have Sabonis ahead of Mitchell, John Morant, and Zion Williamson.
Wow.
Jason Tatum at 2.7. Kevin Durant, 4.6. Giannis, 6.4. Joel Embiid, 8.6. Luka Doncic, 31.7% chance of winning the MVP. And at 39.8, which I don't agree with, but because of voter fatigue, Nikola Jokic. It's a statistical model they use based on what they're doing this year, along with previous MVP winners, to show who's most likely. I think
What a race.
It's a wonderful race.
Yeah.
And again, Sabonis isn't going to win the MVP. But he's going to be in the conversation. He's going to be one of those, Domantas Sabonis is certainly not a, top 5 MVP guy, but like you said, top 10, what he's done with the Kings this year, what, along with De'Aaron Fox and Mike Brown, et cetera. The more and more I think about it, it's not an exact thing, but let's remember the strike season for those of us old enough to remember. 1998. When the Kings went 99,
somewhere in there,
and they lost. What were they? 30 and 27 and 20.
27 and 23, I think.
23.
Yeah,
Adams' first year.
But didn't they start out like
rough.
15 and 20, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
I want to say they were like 15 and 20, and then they got hot. And everyone's like, oh, we might get the 8th seed. And they jumped all the way to 6 by the end of that year.
And if you remember, Adelman was new. Vlade was new. Weber was new.
J. Will, Peja.
Peja and J. Will were rookies.
Peja wasn't there, right?
Peja was a rookie that year. Off the bench.
He's come off the bench for Corliss.
And Corliss. So
Tariq Abdul-Wahed was the starting 2 guard.
Wasn't Corliss the one holdover in the starting lineup then?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
And then surrounded by 4 new starters.
Correct.
So this year, you have Fox, you have Barnes, Herder's new, Murray's new, he's a rookie.
Yeah. I mean, Sabonis hadn't played a full year.
I'm calling Sabonis new.
Yeah.
Mike Brown is new.
Yeah. Monk
is new. And when you look at how this team is doing, I think there are some generational similarities. Let's not get locked into is Kevin Huerter or Doug Christie.
Right.
But teams have to
develop,
They have to develop.
Yeah.
And that team lost a 5-game series to the Utah Jazz, in which they got run off the court in game 1 at the Delta Center, came back, got a road win in game 2. You had the Chris Webber hip check on John Stockton that sent that message that we're not going to be screwed with. The Kings fans loved it. In the end, they lost in game 5, and we were over the moon about it. I hope, obviously, I hope they win the championship this year, but if they make it, if it's a first round exit, I certainly hope that we can kind of step back, and I'm getting way ahead of ourselves right now, and realize that this team is still very immature as a team. Let's wait and let's see who Monty adds, whether it's at the deadline or in the offseason. Let's watch these guys play together for a couple, 3 years. Let's watch them go to 2 or 3 training camps and really see them compete. I think that's the road they're on. And with that, you're going to have games like last night.
Sure.
You have games like that against Charlotte, games like that against the Wizards.
Right. And I think they've consistently won, for the most part, those games. They've been in a lot of these close games. It just feels like every night they're going to have a chance to win. And they had a chance last night. and probably let one slip through their hands as opposed to maybe they stole one or two earlier. They kind of tend to even out. This feels like more of an even out, though they didn't play well the entirety of the game. They had a pretty good finish, and then the last minute was closer to a meltdown by the Kings.
The Sacramento Kings on March 28th of 1999 were 13-17. They finished 27-23. That is a 14-6 finish, if my math is correct. You're exactly right. They and there were some games in there they lost that you go back and go, well, they shouldn't have. They were a better team than that, but they were learning how.
Right.
And they improved that run every single year. They ran into that Laker buzzsaw.
Yeah.
I wonder who the buzzsaw for the Kings in the West is going to be this year, or this run. My guess is our Lakers, Memphis or New Orleans. And then in 2025, when the Kings win the championship, we'll be looking back on this. Let's ask Sam about that.
Yeah.
Let's ask Sam about Domantas Sabonis being an MVP candidate as well. See if he's changed his tune a little bit there just for fun. Sam Amick of The Athletic. He'll join us next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. And Safe Credit Union. Let us put you first.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com, 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814.
Calling for some more rain, especially as we head through the morning and into the early afternoon. Some showers and possible thunderstorms popping up with winds anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
When it comes to your sewer, what goes down must come out. Get a detailed video inspection absolutely free with any sewer drain cleaning and keep life flowing in the right direction. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
Individual rates, coverage, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. Hey, small business owner, when's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs, but some don't check their rate often. Did you know rates can vary? In fact, taking 3 minutes to check your rate with Pi Insurance could save you up to 30%. Just go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for you with no hassle or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could save you money. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital.
Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
This time check is brought to you by West Coast Men's Health Acoustic Wave Therapy.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings and the Hawks battled it out last night, but in the end, it was Atlanta who came away with the victory.
16 seconds to go. Fox to the left, guarded by Okongwu, tries to go by him, drives middle. Fox, tough force, it's blocked. Sabonis, offensive rebound, put back. Nope. Rebound to Atlanta. You got to foul Okongwu, and they didn't. Trae Young is trapped in the backcourt. He'll lob it into the front court. Barnes will let it go, and that is how the game will end. The Kings do not get a call on the defensive end. They do not get a finish on the offensive end. A great comeback ultimately has their hearts ripped out by Atlanta as the Hawks finish strong and win 120-117.
4 of the 5 Kings starters scored at least 20 points last night, with De'Aaron Fox finishing with 25, Kevin Huerter putting in 24, Harrison Barnes going for 22, and Domantas Sabonis adding 20. The Kings look to get back in the win column Saturday against the Lakers. The Boston Red Sox and third baseman Rafael Devers agreed to an 11-year, $331 million contract extension on Wednesday. Devers, a two-time All-Star, is 26 years old and lands the biggest contract in Red Sox history. Those are your headlines. Sam Amick joins us now on Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then
boom, with Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Sam Amick joins us in just a minute, if not less, from The Athletic. All kinds of fun questions for him. Jason Ross, last night's play-by-play voice for the ailing yet returning Saturday, knock on wood, we hope, G-Man, who's under the weather. Fine job, Jason.
Thank you.
Fine job. It's always weird because you want to be like, Jason, you're the best, but then you're like, oh, but G-Man, come back. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
You know, you can compliment both.
Yeah.
Like everybody had
I really wanted them to win, Dave. I was ready for that. I wanted to light the beam.
Your first loss as Kings play-by-play voice
this year. That used to be a running bit for a long time, but like, hey, you realize your record's not very good. It's like, well, the Kings are in a 16-year drought. Now they've been better. There was one crack at it last night. Very winnable game. They didn't get it done, so unfortunately there.
Well, here to talk about that and the world of the NBA as he joins us each and every week from The Athletic, Samuel Amick. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Dave. We have audio issues, my friend.
Oh, are you getting feedback?
No, you're like a million miles away.
I am a million miles
I'm
away.
echoing.
Jay Mars is working on it.
Huh.
I'll keep talking.
How do I sound, Sam?
That should be better.
Jay, you sound wonderful.
All fixed,
Dave.
Good to go?
Yeah, I think so. Say something again.
Hi, Sam. Love you.
Hi, Dave. Love you too. I'm still echoing, but I can deal with that.
Uh-oh. Jay's going to continue to work on the echo. He's looking, but Sam is a professional. He'll work on it. Sam, I want to apologize. I want to start out with an apology because a nice little normal snide remark by me. I have witnessed the blowback Sam has gotten over Domantas Sabonis' MVP chances And I think you were taken a little out of context, Sam. I think I think I helped with that, and I'm truly sorry.
On Twitter, I was taken out of context. How is that possible? Twitter is the land of context.
Can we both agree Domantas Sabonis is not going to win the MVP, and that's a certainty. But gee golly, top 10 MVP, not out of the question for him. He's having a wonder. He really seems to have found a home and is fitting in very well with the Sacramento Kings.
No question. That part I do not disagree with. And minor noise because of the morning routine. Apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny. Yes, I agree with that statement. Top 10, the most he lines up, probably going to get some votes. And, I mean, to be fair to me, which I always try to be fair to me,
yes,
he has just continued to not only play better after that conversation, but, playing through the injury 12 of 12 a couple of games ago, just pretty remarkable stuff. And so, his stock has gone up. Although I tell you, and this is a sign of even after a loss like last night, where Kings fans are enjoying this season. I have a group text with some neighbors, and neighbor Steve hits me this morning and is talking about De'Aaron Fox and threw in this question: "You think Fox gets some MVP votes?"
Right.
But regardless of that actual conversation, it is a reflection of good things. They dropped that game last night. But they are always competitive, almost always competitive, and still in the hunt and playing good basketball.
Talking with Sam Amick here. Sam, coming to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Kind of on that same line, Sam, about Fox and Sabonis. Kings are really pushing hard to have both guys make it to the All-Star game. Both have played like it. They look like they're All-Stars. But when you start doing the numbers and counting the people are going to be left out. What are the chances, in your opinion, that the Kings do, in fact, get either Fox, Sabonis, or both in the All-Star game?
So, Jay, it's funny. I keep getting a similar version of this question. Fair one. It also is compelling me to realize I need to sit down and do the math in terms of the musical chairs game that is the All-Star game and see what my opinion is of the answer, because I don't know. I mean, right now, I think based on the last month, in terms of just the basketball analysis, Sabonis, Woods should be getting more votes. Although the last couple of games, De'Aaron, Mr. Fourth Quarter Fox, has been cutting that gap. They obviously, the Kings, don't see it or want it to be a race between their two guys. But then you have, they're not going to get voted in as starters, so then it becomes coaches and media. And I'm drawing a blank on the percentage breakdown there. I always forget how that is, but it'll be close. Both of them would surprise me. One of them, would be well-deserved. And you could argue for both, no question. And then I hate to say it, just because there's so much parity, I have a hard time thinking that the coaches, and the media would allow there not to be a king if they kept winning games and were above 500 as the All-Star game approached. But, I never say never. We see crazy stuff every year with the All-Star game, and certainly I know the local folks hope that doesn't happen.
Sam Amick with us, moving from the Kings for a second. January 5th, 2007, the Cleveland Cavaliers played the Milwaukee Bucks. What was interesting about that game, and there's a great article on it out, that's the last time LeBron James scored less than 10 points in a game. He has gone 16 years and 1,125 regular season games without scoring fewer than 10 points. Sam, we were talking about this yesterday. Who knows what will happen in the future, but it certainly seems like the last few years of LeBron James's career, with the exception of the bubble title, are almost, I don't want to say in obscurity. He's going to break the record, but he's not relevant on the playoff stage. Is he stuck in LA in your mind? And I know there's trade mechanisms and no trade mechanisms, but is LeBron James stuck in LA for the remainder of his contract?
No, I guess you threw that word in at the end.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say career. Contract, most likely. I've never heard any feasible scenario where he goes elsewhere, but those wheels would have to be in motion, starting with him going to Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka and saying, I think it's time to figure something out here. You have another year on his deal after this one. He chose, before he has an option, he chose to do that extension, lined it up with his son Bronny, and we're kind of waiting to see how that whole subplot unfolds. But yeah, and it does feel that way. And even this week, we had reported going into the season that they came pretty darn close to doing the Pacers trade to get him some help and have Buddy Hield and Miles Turner come their way. They chose not to do it. And now, as my buddy and colleague Howard Beck of Sports Illustrated said on his podcast this week, he was hearing rumblings that there's now a bit of an edict for them to not trade those first round picks, the two of them in 27 and 29, that would get him help. And that it's kind of a sense of let's wait for the summer and see if a star player shakes loose that we have the assets to try to land. So it is a bit of purgatory. And then in the interim, I mean, if there was any question about him shutting it down and not playing hard, A, he's not doing that. I don't think he would do that. And then B, he's got this massive incentive of chasing Kareem's all-time scoring record. And he's, even with the bad collective basketball, he's reminding people how incredible he still is at this age and doing some stuff that is going to make for quite a run-up to breaking that record. Making bad driving decisions out here, Dave.
I was wondering.
Be careful.
Right.
No, you know what? I'm going to own it just for fun, and I'm hoping someone on my street is listening. Man, I'm supposed to be the old head who, we teach the kids how to drive. I just made the wrong move at a stop sign and then had to like with shame in my face, look at the 16-year-old girl who lives a couple of houses down the road to say sorry.
My bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam, I don't know how
you guys.
I don't know how close you are to this situation specifically in Phoenix, but they're okay. 500. I know there's some or right around 500. Some reasons maybe with Paul being injured earlier, Booker being out, but just from everything they've had in their offseason, it just felt like before everything Monty Williams did, it just couldn't go wrong. Now it's Ayton returns, maybe not as happy. We don't know what's going on with Jay Crowder. What's your read on what's going on with this seemingly really talented team that's just kind of floundering right now?
Yeah, I mean, I have a really good sense of the overall arc of the story for them, but I haven't been diving into their film lately, other than the obvious that you already mentioned of Booker being out. That's a huge blow. It's wild how quickly things change in this league, because I guess it was about, a month ago, less than a month ago, I was doing an interview with Devin Booker and talking about how he should be in the MVP discussion. And they, at the time, I think were either on top of the West or I think second in the West. And it's been pretty bad since then. And he's obviously out for an extended period. And, they've got the Jay Crowder situation where you had, Cam Johnson was coming up and for all intents and purposes taking Jay's starting job, so Jay kind of mutually decides with the team that he doesn't want to be part of it, which is pretty unique considering how competitive and elite they've been the last couple of years. He's a guy that would have helped them, and then they still haven't traded him, and I didn't dive into the whole report, but I found ESPN's report the other day interesting about how Robert Sarver, the exiled owner who's in the process of selling the team, has apparently still got some, kind of clandestine influence on trades, even though, the league took the action that they took and suspended him for this year. So a lot going on. I don't know how much of it is the human component of like all of their drama finally catching up to them. I'd probably be more inclined to just say they're down their best player. I mean, Devin Booker is absolutely their best player at this point. And, some other pieces kind of being in and out, and they just haven't handled it very well.
I believe he has veto power. What is it, over any trade involving any player making over the league minimum? I think it's what I read.
It's a hell of a suspension, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what? I'm just, between that and the billions of dollars he's going to pocket, it just goes to show you that he's going to be punished, Sam, in the worst ways.
Oh yeah. We should all be so lucky.
Mm-hmm. Sam Amick, driving terribly, but still coming through for us. You can read him at The Athletic as well. Go to The Athletic. Do subscribe. They have all kinds of great deals for everybody but me throughout the year. Phenomenal writing and more. Sam, we appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, guys. Be good. Thanks.
Take care. That's Sam Amick. We'll take a break. When we come back in just 60 seconds, we'll recap a little bit about what Sam said and how Ja Morant is more than likely going to change NBA rules, at least one of them, this coming offseason. We'll explain why next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Jason and I doing nursery rhymes.
Yeah, but I thought you had a good one going, but then you.
I didn't. Want to shout out our guy Darren Stewart, who is listening. According to him, he's listening for Vietnam. I think he meant from Vietnam.
Wow.
But it's
no, you missed the company email. We hired Darren to be our exclusive Vietnam correspondent.
Oh, look at that. Saigon Darren.
Yeah, man.
Look at that.
We'll be announcing our Czechoslovakian correspondent.
Really? We don't already have one.
No.
Listening
had to fill that. It's on the website if anyone wants to apply.
And for him, what the heck time? What is it in Vietnam? Like 11:30 p.m. right now or something? 2 a.m. tomorrow?
Given that it's 8:15, I don't think you can skip minutes.
Yeah, it's true. I guess you can't either. Let's see. Earl on the text line. Just realized Dave is wearing glasses. Not a fan. Me neither, Earl. Thanks.
Oh, shut up, Earl. Thanks. We've all collectively said it's a good look.
Thanks, Earl.
Under 30, Earl.
Anyway.
Just center Earl about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earl.
I just smashed him.
More like Squirrel.
Killed him. He's dead.
Earl. It's pretty much done. So I don't know if you picked this up yesterday. If for some reason you were watching the Grizzlies Hornets, which if you were, sorry. With 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the third, Ja Morant gets the ball, inbounded, but doesn't touch it. He's in the backcourt. And we've all seen this before. You know, De'Aaron does this a lot where, you know, let the ball kind of roll up and he'll wait and he'll pick it up because, you know, you get more time on the shot clock. Ja Morant ran 27 seconds off the clock without touching the ball until finally Hornets players and coaches yelled for somebody to go and guard him. And I think it was Terry Rozier went up and finally checked him, and Ja picked the ball up. But after running 27 seconds off the clock. So I'm going to make a prediction that's not really a great prediction right now. That rule is going away. I'm pretty sure in the offseason, they're going to. And so, but if the rule is going away, I do wonder, Jason, do you think that the 8-second clock, the 24-second clock, and the game clock should all start once the ball is inbounded? Or is there some sort of hybrid? Like, are you okay with the players not having the clock start until they touch the ball? Or do you think that's a loophole they're exploiting? I mean, I know it is a loophole.
Yeah, it's the only other time. Well, no, I guess it's always that way, right? When it starts when you touch the ball.
Yeah. Starts when you touch the ball.
I think it's just a loophole.
And there's an argument there that, well, don't screw with the rule. Guess what? Go up and guard the guy.
Yeah.
I see that side too. But I feel like they're going to. Because conceivably, you just sit there and draw a picture of a
Wait,
dog.
but why? In this case, no, normally it starts when it's inbounded, correct?
No, I believe it does not.
Well, no, that's why he's letting it sit there.
Yeah.
The game clock is going, not the shot clock.
No, the game clock doesn't start until he touches the ball. That's how he ran 27 seconds off, I believe. Yeah, he did. He ran 27 seconds off the clock.
Off the game clock.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
I see what
it did
yes,
start. Yeah.
My apologies. Yes,
not the shot clock. So he's just killing time where I feel the loophole then would be start the shot clock.
Yeah.
So then you're not.
Start the shot clock and start the
the game clock. So then you can hang on to it. You still got to get across the timeline by 8 seconds.
No, you technically have 3 clocks going at once. You have the game clock, you have the shot clock, you have the backcourt clock. 8 seconds, right?
In that case, that neither the shot clock or the backcourt started.
Exactly.
So in theory, he could have sat there the entire time.
Yes, he could have sat there and just stared at the ball. He could have drawn a picture. He could have read a newspaper.
Sat down.
And again,
laid next to the ball.
Right. But again, the argument I think there is, and that doesn't count. Last 2 minutes of the game, the clock stops after every basket. That was another question I asked. Did we ever get clarity on this? In that Jazz game, when they were arguing that there should have been 0.6 instead of 0.4 for Markkanen took that shot.
Yeah.
When is the clock supposed to stop?
Yeah, that, I mean, if you start to parcel it down by the second, is it like when it goes through the cylinder?
Right.
Like, but that's, okay, we're talking about fractions of a second here. Because there was actually a play I got caught up in last night that I called that Sabonis got down low. Everything looked right. Jump hook. I'm like, it popped out. Like, had I been working the clock, I would have stopped it.
Absolutely.
But I would have jumped the gun. I thought it was going to go in and boom, and then it popped out. Those things can happen.
Right.
So I think you have to give like maybe through the net or hit the floor. I mean, but those are fractions of second that sometimes are critical.
There cannot be. I refuse.
There's margin of error.
I refuse to believe there's ambiguity there. It's got to be laid out, right? Like, is it when the ball first begins to go through the hoop? Probably not. Bounce out. Is it when the entire ball clears the rim but is still in the net? Is it when the ball begins to exit the net?
Yeah.
Is it when the entire ball exits the net?
But even if it's that, so let's put me, you, and Jay as on the clock.
Yeah.
And we're all watching the same game. Okay, it goes through. Are we going to be to the fraction? I mean, we might be within fractions of a second, but all of that is important.
Yeah.
And so, Dave's clock is quicker or faster or slower or whatever. Or every time he's 100% right.
Right.
Okay.
Which brings me to my next question. Why in a multi-billion-dollar business, why do we have human clock operators? Now, I understand a human needing to be there for certain aspects, referee call, this, that, whatever, but why do we not have sensors in the ball and in the rims? For example, did the ball touch the rim to reset the 24-second clock? Well, you'll know if there's contact, and I do believe we have the technology to where if the ball even grazes the rim, the shot clock automatically re-ups. Why do we not have a sensor in the rim that once the ball completes the traveling through the rim, the clock resets or whatever needs to happen? Why are we allowing for that? Just like I always ask this too, and this comes to scoring. We actually should have somebody on from the Kings that could talk about this. It's like, Jason, we've had this conversation for years. What is an assist? What is the difference between you're in the low block and I pass the ball into you? I'm the guard. Now you turn around, jumper, good. That's an assist. But what if you take a dribble?
Right.
What if you fake right and then go left? The amount of ambiguity that comes with an assist, which leads to double doubles and triple doubles, which leads to contract. The amount of ambiguity the home scorekeeper has in whether or not to allow an assist, and the scorekeeper for the Jazz, that's a famous story about how, not that John Stockton wasn't great, but had maybe the most favorable scorekeeper ever for a lot of his assists. Why do we not have a hard and fast rule for that?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some trends, too, in certain spots where maybe they're more generous, more difficult. I remember a game earlier this year. It might have been Sabonis' first triple-double where the game ended.
Yeah.
I had the box score. I see 9 assists. And then I think G-Man was interviewing maybe even Sabonis. And like, there's now a 10th assist. It just popped up. I don't think they gave it to him. I think they kind of went through, and they're always double and cross-checking and going, you know what, that one pass did directly lead. Boom, there's a 10th assist. Like, it was a triple-double.
Jay, you were just in my ear. Do we have time to go to the predictions? Do you want to carry that over from last night's game? All right, so we'll take a break right now. When we come back, we'll see how we did in our 3 in the key from last night. I'm pretty sure I actually nailed all 3. I think I actually exactly nailed all 3. Stay tuned for that. We'll also take a first look at the 49ers wrapping up the regular season, against the Arizona Cardinals. Don't go away. We're right back.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
California's largest Sportsman's Expo is back January 19th at Cal Expo. Get $3 off coupons at Big O Tires and O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Get expert advice at free seminars and activities. Go to sportsexpos.com for locations and get to the action with Toyota's legendary Tacoma. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 19th through 22nd at Cal Expo in Sacramento.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. You've heard me talk with my friend Shelby about real estate for a long, long time. You know what? Shelby's main goal? He just wants to help you save money no matter how. So what is Shelby doing right now with the real estate market all over the place? He's pivoting. Solarwithshelby.com. And you might be saying like, oh, God, solar. No, listen. Shelby's got it dialed in, especially if you're a PG&E customer. He can save you 30 to 50% off your bill, 30% federal tax credit, dollar for dollar. It comes back in cash. Protect yourself from inflation. These numbers could be going up and up and up. 100% financing. Yeah, they've got it. Nothing down, 30% tax credit, 25-year guarantee. What more do you need? Go to solarwithshelby.com. That's what you need. You need solar. Solarwithshelby.com. Save yourself some money today and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
The Mega Chevy Used Car Superstore has one of the largest selections in the area. Over 275 available vehicles, including a great selection of GM certified. And if you're selling, Mega Chevy is buying. See them all at megachevy.com. Find a new road.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health Sacramento can help you address the root causes of weight gain, low energy, poor drive, and performance issues. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, we'll give you a free T-check and free exam at Revive Sacramento. Imagine upping your game, losing weight, and getting in shape all at once. Revive can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications, like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. Weight gain and low T are treatable conditions. We know we can help you. Take that first step and book today. You're only one step away from getting in the best shape of your life. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
It's not too late. You can still light the world at the Giving Machines, now through January 8th at the Galleria Mall in Roseville. Help local charities here or global charities worldwide. Feel the joy of giving and help those in need this season. GivingMachineSacramento.org. Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Coors Light, E2 Family Winery, and Xfinity.
This time check is brought to you by West Coast Men's Health Acoustic Wave Therapy.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings and Hawks battled it out last night, but in the end, it was Atlanta who came away victorious.
16 seconds to go. Fox to the left, guarded by Okongwu, tries to go by him, drives middle. Fox, tough force, it's blocked. Sabonis offensive rebound, put back. Nope. Rebound to Atlanta. You got to foul Okongwu, and they didn't. Trae Young is trapped in the backcourt. He'll lob it into the front court. Barnes will let it go, and that is how the game will end. The Kings do not get a call on the defensive end. They do not get a finish on the offensive end. A great comeback ultimately has their hearts ripped out by Atlanta as the Hawks finish strong and win 120-117.
4 of the 5 Kings starters scored at least 20 points, with De'Aaron Fox finishing with 25, Kevin Huerter putting in 24, Harrison Barnes going for 22, and Domantas Sabonis adding 20. The Kings look to get back in the win column Saturday against the Lakers. The Boston Red Sox and third baseman Rafael Devers agreed to an 11-year, $331 million extension on Wednesday. Devers, a two-time All-Star, is 26 years old and lands the biggest contract in Red Sox history. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Everybody, thanks for being professional, because someone in that studio isn't.
Imagine not being here on time. Wow. As we vamp for Jason real quick, tough moment in my household last night, Jay, as we're all enjoying a nice warm bowl of potato cheese soup I made with the storm outside. My daughter, as we're watching the game, goes, "Oh, God, they're wearing the ugly uniforms," to which my wife agrees.
Not a fan either.
I love those. They're my favorite ones.
Of the whatchamacallit?
The City Edition.
The City Edition. I think that one right there, the black with the baby blue, is the best
that one too.
I feel like we're picking out the prettiest ugly person.
But why doesn't anybody notice that the beams are on the side?
No, everyone noticed.
That's great.
It's a great.
And I love gray.
It's a great attribute. Yes, with all the gray you're wearing
today. With all the gray I'm wearing today. But I love gray.
Yeah,
I love those jerseys.
I have been preaching this. Sacramento Kings, whoever is listening, you want someone to design an actual City Edition jersey that will sell like hotcakes? Your man's. Me.
You?
Oh, God, yeah,
really?
Man. Oh, yes.
Well, I'll tell you this, Mr. I could do it better. I happen to know and consider as a friend the guy who heads up the designs.
Well, again, put them in contact with me. I do charge a small consultant fee.
like one of the jerseys?
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe some full gear head to toe?
Yeah.
Jason,
again, it's nothing major.
Jason, your thoughts on the my wife and daughter, I found out last night, are not fans of the Gray City Edition jerseys.
I'm a little surprised by that.
I am.
Is that
too.
why she did that other artwork?
Yeah, Digital Dave.
Oh, God, that's right. We got to move on here. My daughter decided to put Carmichael Dave in a Kings jersey into one of those AI art generators, and somebody said it best. It looked like me and Jack Cooley had a baby.
I got Jack Cooley.
It really was.
It really did. Yeah. Dave Cooley. Also a star in Full House.
Carmichael Jack.
What? Your dad already has that patent.
That is true. That is very true. How did we do yesterday in three in the key?
There you go. You said you nailed them all.
I did.
All right, let's see. We asked for fourth quarter points by one fourth quarter Fox, De'Aaron Fox. Dave, you said 8. I wanted 8, so I changed to 9. J-Mar said 14. De'Aaron Fox went for 11. So I think that's a tie.
Okay,
with Jay and I. I guess
no,
I was
you
closer.
won.
Technically, yeah. Closer.
At least I was in double digits.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
We did. Yes, we did.
Bench points for the Sacramento Kings. We asked that very important question because they struggled the other night.
I just missed on this one.
You did just miss. Dave said 28. Wow, you didn't believe in him. I said 37. I kind of believed in him. Jay really believed in him with 50.
Yeah.
18.
Close.
So,
nailed it.
Jay nailed it. No, it's really Dave.
I nailed it.
And then the last category we asked for, the broken thumb one, is on back of the MVP candidate conversation. Domantas Sabonis stat line. Points, rebounds, and assists. Dave, you said 18, 15, and 6. I said 24, 13, and 11. I gave him the triple-double. Jay said 22, 15, and 9. We're going to have to do some math here.
Oh, my God. I think Jay got it.
20, 14, and 8. So Jay missed by 2 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. That's really good.
He got it. We were all pretty close.
We all were close, but I think Jay gets it. So we each won one category.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know what? Teamwork makes the beam work.
Yeah. Well, not last night.
And then I get a participation trophy for the bench points, right?
Yeah, you showed up. You were there.
You were there.
You had a parking spot.
Terrence Davis got in last night.
I was excited for that. I don't understand when a player gets a run and then I mean, what did we learn? In 4 minutes. I'm not even blasting him.
Just per 36, that's 18 points.
I think mine on this is if you're going to play him. Like, let's see. Let's give him 12, 16. I think he's a volume player. Let him go. Let him run and see what he can do. And if he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. But I didn't see in 4 minutes that he didn't have it. You can't learn anything there.
I don't know what that is. It's weird. Yeah. That's a little strange. The Niners, assuming everything goes as scheduled, we're all still thinking about Damar Hamlin. In case you missed it, had a wonderful update this morning. Seems neurologically intact. It seems well on his way to recovery. Was squeezing the hands of friends and family as well, and is awake. That's all wonderful, wonderful news. The 49ers, we think, will finish off the regular season this weekend against the Arizona Cardinals. The 49ers are favored by 14 points. The 49ers are 12-4. The 49ers have an opportunity to end the season 8-1 at home and on a 10-game win streak going into the playoffs. Now, there are some things up for grabs. Jalen Hurts is still questionable for this weekend. The Eagles host the Giants. Jalen Hurts has missed his last 2 games. The Eagles, who were 13-1 with him, are now 13-3. Yes, they've lost 2 in a row. Now, Philly is also favored by 14 points in this game. The assumption there, and this is kind of how I think it's going to, here's my guess. Either Jalen Hurts isn't going to play at all or he's going to play the first quarter. The Giants are in. So I think the Giants are the ones really, they're just going to kind of rest a lot. I think Brian Daboll is going to rest a bunch of that crew. And the Niners will probably beat the Cardinals, but the Eagles will get the Giants because the Giants don't really care. And there you go. But it will be interesting to watch all of that, especially considering even though the Philadelphia Eagles game is in Philly, it's on the East Coast. Both of those games, 125 starts.
Yeah.
So the Niners will not know their fate.
The thing about when you're saying rest, I feel like in all the sports, like there's some rhythm to sports. Baseball players, when they're out and they took a couple days off, or they're the team that, clinched a series early and they sit a few people. I feel like you get out of rhythm. I think basketball, you can get out of rhythm. Football rest is done to preserve injury.
Yeah.
And you can see, because obviously you can get injured on any play in football. So maybe that would be the thought. And there's so many teams that have clinched, but, can sometimes improve your playoff positioning. So it is going to be a little tricky for some of these decisions they're making.
Yeah, this isn't, it's not maintenance rest like in the NBA,
right.
To your point. I mean, I don't have the numbers here, but I'd be very curious. Well, when was the last time you had an NFL game played and a team didn't have an injury?
No, any?
Yeah. Any.
Yeah.
Any.
And generally, if you listen to all coaches, like the first thing they say, Kyle Shanahan, whether it was John Gruden in the past, whatever, any coach right now will go, all right, let me first start with, Carmichael Dave left in the second, tweaked ankle. We don't know any more about that. Jason Ross, whatever. And they just kind of give you the list. We don't think there's anything there. Where we are concerned about Jay Mars is injured, whatever it might be.
Right.
And then, all right, today, here's what we thought went right, what went wrong. But they usually always give you an injury report.
If the 49ers lose and the Vikings win, they will face the Giants in round 1.
Okay.
If the 49ers win, and regardless of what the 49ers win, they have the 2 seeds. So regardless of what the Vikings do. And the Lions win or tie along with the Seahawks loss, or the Lions win and the Seahawks lose, they will be facing the Lions. That's not a very likely outcome. The most likely outcome, see if you've heard this one before, assuming Philly wins and assuming the Niners win, and assuming, of course, the Packers win, they will face, once again, as they do every single year, they will face Aaron Rodgers and the Packers in the first round.
Question on Tuesday, you were gone. So we had this with Matt Barrows. We asked him, but I'll ask you now, too, the same question we were asking him. So the likely candidates are, like you said, Green Bay, Detroit,
yes,
Seattle.
Yes.
What's your ranking of that as far as preference of who you would like to see the Niners play amongst those 3 in order?
Well, and also it should be mentioned, if the Seahawks win and the Lions win or tie, or the Seahawks tie and the Lions tie, not to get too confusing, they will take on the Seahawks. The Seahawks face the Rams And that should be a win for them. Detroit, let me just look here real quick. That's the one I don't have.
Detroit has Green Bay.
Oh, they have Green Bay. I'm sorry.
Sunday night. So Packers, Lions, Seahawks rank that 1 through 3 of Niner preferences.
Strangely enough, I would go Seattle 1.
You'd rather play them the most.
I would rather play them.
Even all that familiarity.
They've beaten them twice.
Okay.
This is not a Rams situation, I don't think. They'd be getting them at home, so you're not dealing with that Seattle crowd.
Sure.
And it's not so much about wanting Seattle. There are scenarios I could see them losing all of them.
Of course.
The Lions scare me because they're, and I use this term a lot, and I don't mean IQ when I say this. They're too dumb to know better.
Yeah.
They're on a roll. They're bonded. They've got a great coaching staff that's got these guys believing in themselves. And oh, by the way, Jared Goff will probably not be comeback player of the year, but he could be. He's having a great resurgence. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a wonderful receiver. They have a tremendous with Jamal DeAndre Swift, and who's their other guy? Who's their other running back? Jamal
Williams.
Jamal Williams. Thank you. They've got a lot of talent. They got the kid out of Michigan on defense. It's making a late run at defensive rookie of the year. He won't win it. The Lions believe in themselves. That's a dangerous thing. And then it probably should be the Packers. I should say the Packers number 1
because of Rodgers. I mean, he's still Aaron Rodgers.
He's still Aaron Rodgers. I mean, as a Niner fan, I should want to face the Packers because we always beat them in the playoffs.
Them, yeah.
But it's still Aaron Rodgers, and they're finding their way. I just feel like those two teams are more – the Niners are better than all three of them.
Yeah.
No doubt. But I feel like, I don't know, the Lions and the Packers scare me a little bit, but I'd listen to arguments.
Yeah. It's one of those things like when you look at the NFC landscape and you go, if the Niners could choose a path and you see Tom Brady and you look at what the Buccaneers are doing, and then like the Vikings who have a much better record, I go, oh, give me the Vikings. But because it's Tom Brady, you're afraid of, well, what he's done, what we've seen from his past, but you'd rather play the team with a better record. So there's a reputation, though, with guys like Rodgers and Brady.
We will take a break. When we come back, we've got news, we've got notes, we got who's hot, who's not, celebrity birthdays. We finish out the show next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
At Folsom Lake Honda, in addition to great prices on new Hondas, we stock the best selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, and each one of those vehicles is priced to sell now.
With new cars in high demand, Folsom Lake Honda has a great selection of quality one-owner trades with low miles, and each is priced to sell now. Every used vehicle on the lot comes with a Carfax vehicle history report and has passed a safety inspection. Shop our entire selection at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
American Energy wants to make sure you and your family are safe this winter with a $49 furnace tune-up. Plus, if you're ready for a new one, get half off with American Energy's 50% off furnace special. With 0% financing and payment plan options available, there's no reason to keep putting off making your home safe, warm, and comfy for you and your family this holiday. Call American Energy today at 916-520-9990 or visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. 50% off furnace when you purchase a whole home HVAC system. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with other offers or specials.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton
and Price.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who's hot? Neither of you guys. Jeez.
Sorry. We were, to be very honest with you, that was work we were doing right there.
Was it?
It was. It truly was.
I'll ask again in unison, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, who's hot?
Who's hot?
Who?
Thank you. Not really in unison. That's fine.
Hey, Jay,
Anthony Edwards last night.
To be honest, Jason was showing me video. I apologize. I had not seen this. He was showing me video of the Hawks announcer having I don't know, did they figure out what that was?
I think they ended up finding out that it might have been dehydration and other things, but I mean that was
convulsing on the air. Have you seen
live
this video
on TV
with Dominique Wilkins? Dominique's breaking it down. They're in a 2-shot before the game, and all of a sudden the announcer goes into convulsions live on the air. I had not
Bob
seen
Rathman, he's been a long time.
Scary as hell.
It was about 3 weeks ago or so.
That's and now I've totally screwed up your segment because there's no segue there.
Appreciate
so
speaking of basketball, Anthony Edwards.
There you go. Yes.
Last night he had 32.7 rebounds. He is averaging 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists without Karl Anthony Towns this season.
Oh.
Just something to keep an eye on there in Minnesota.
Are they better without him? By the way,
Jason Ross is like anti Karl Anthony Towns.
I will give Jason credit, much like the whole not Aaron Judge Pools thing last year. You were on before anyone. You said, and I disagreed with you. And by the way, jury's still out, but so far you're right. You said you did not think, you did not like the Gobert Towns matchup.
Nope.
You know,
now they haven't played enough because they've been out, but
when they play, it's not good.
I believe your quote was, "You don't like that trade."
Not
a very good trade.
That was the quote.
Who's not?
The Suns.
They're not hot. The Suns aren't hot.
Crazy, right?
We're all in trouble.
Yeah, that's not very bright there right now.
No.
Their win percentage this season is .621 with Devin Booker. That's pretty good.
That's actually really good. Yeah.
It's .222 without Devin Booker. They are 1-7 in their last 8 games.
Oh, God. Well, I'm all for Devin Booker coming back and being healthy after the Kings play. Let the Kings playing without Devin Booker. Then come back and be healthy and do your thing. Speaking of the Sun, and I don't know why this made me think of it, is it still one of the weirdest things ever that Deep Impact and Armageddon came out like in the same month and they both dealt with the exact same thing? Have we had an asteroid movie since?
What was the other one?
Deep Impact with Morgan Freeman, Tia Leone.
I did not see that.
Wasn't that Leonardo DiCaprio movie that came out a year ago about climate change and asteroid movie? Does that count?
I thought that was like a comedy, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't call it a comedy.
It was enjoyable.
You haven't seen Deep Impact?
No.
That can't be on the list of movies I have to have seen.
It's not an Oscar winner, but Morgan Freeman's the president, Tia Leone's a reporter, and asteroid hits. And
better than Armageddon? I saw Armageddon.
No, but okay, let me put it this way. Armageddon is to Nikola Jokic what Domantas Sabonis is to Deep Impact.
That's high praise.
They're similar. They're both great. They're both fun. They're both nice. They're both good. They're both watchable. One of them's better.
Yeah, Armageddon greater than Deep Impact. First comment on YouTube.
I'm not disagreeing.
But like I need the vary of degree. Like Okay, how much better?
If you
There's Bruce Willis and Liv Tyler, what more do you need?
And you had Aerosmith doing the
Let's
soundtrack.
give that movie a 10. It's not a 10.
I'd
If we give it a 10,
I'd say it's a 7.5.
Nah.
Okay.
Deep Impact was very enjoyable. Listen, Tia Leone's holding hands with her dad when a nuclear tidal wave incinerates them both. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Okay, so Tia Leone dies. Now I really don't know.
That's sad.
It is. It's gripping. It's like when they're
like killing
and the
extra. Don't kill
president
Tia Leone.
does nothing about it.
He does his best.
He does it.
It's
Good try.
And the asteroid's named after the kid who plays
All right.
Frodo in
Can
Lord of the Rings.
Let's get to the news.
That is news.
This is the
It's
news.
not.
All right, news.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
All right, I got a few things for you today before we get to celebrity birthdays. Congratulations to both of you and your partners. Today is National Whipped Cream Day. Are you guys whipped cream? I meant to enjoy desserts with.
Oh.
Are you guys whipped cream guys?
No.
What do you mean?
He just said no.
To whipped cream?
Not really. I mean, I'm not anti whipped cream. It's just not a necessity.
This is where it goes like to brand name, like one of those things like, do you like
Cool
Kleenex or Cool Whip?
Yeah, Cool Whip is one of those things like Band-Aid.
Yeah, I like Cool Whip.
I love Cool Whip.
Whipped cream in the can, like that's
Cool Whip
fine.
greater. Okay, if I give you,
Cool Whip, picking Cool Whip.
Really?
Yeah. Are you picking the
So I pick.
You just like the can.
I picked Cool Whip because it's noticeably cheaper.
Is
and
it?
Yeah, it's cheaper,
I didn't know
and it's, in my opinion, almost as good. But if I had a lifetime supply of the canned stuff, I'm taking it. It's so convenient. You carry it around in your pocket.
Cool Whip is the Armageddon.
If I was CEO of a big company, I would actually have a little mini fridge.
What's the other thing? Ready Whip?
Yeah, I think they have different kinds. Have you ever had the chocolate one?
No. Oh, game changer.
You can't find it in too many places, but I have had chocolate Ready Whip before, and I will. Oh God, I will double fist that sucker.
Wow.
Yeah, keep that in context.
You ever give it to a dog? Okay, don't take that out of context.
All of
Well,
that.
guess what we're isolating?
Knock it off.
Guess what's going in the new intro?
Verlon's already editing it up. Have you ever put Cool Whip or the Whip on a dog's nose? It's super fun. It's like giving them peanut butter.
You're a child.
And they just say, oh, we do it. And then I take my camera out and I film in slow-mo.
Yeah.
I'll bring you a video of it tomorrow. I'll do it to Gus.
I was given grief for being a kid and giving my dog Pop Rocks.
Oh, God. How did that go?
A confused look by the beagle.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
A confused look by who?
The beagle.
Oh,
We had a beagle.
I thought you said something different.
I did too.
What did you guys hear?
I thought you said a confused look by the beehole. What is that?
That's what I said. That's what we call it.
Put the Pop Rocks.
What did you do to the dog?
Today is National Keto. Is it keto or keto? It's keto, right?
Keto.
Right? Is that the diet? Right?
Yeah, the
Keto
diet. Either you guys ever go keto?
No.
Obviously not. I don't know.
Lose
what
out
that
on a
is.
lot of nutrients. You go keto.
There's a lot of
Also,
Cool Whip.
I'm told if you go keto, you have like the worst stinking farts of all time
Well, then, yeah, I don't.
because it's so high in protein.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, because don't you all you do is eat sausages and stuff?
It's a
Yeah.
protein based diet.
Today's National Bird Day.
Shout out Larry.
Yeah. Lady.
Larry. Sue.
Oh, fantastic. Blue.
Red.
Flu.
Big.
Flu.
That's it.
So Larry Bird, Lady Bird Johnson, Sue Bird, not in this order, by the way, and Big Bird.
We can't get bird flu?
What about Flip the?
No.
No. It's probably the most used bird. Birdman. Wasn't that the
On a
saxophone
wire?
guy?
No,
Bird
that
on
was
a
the guy
Wire.
who used to play for the Nuggets.
So is that movie. Today is also National Screenwriters Day. Any of you guys ever tempted to write a screenplay?
No.
Have had concepts, never put pen or pencil or paper or whatever computer.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you have to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I
a
think
good
I have a
reason.
concept, and then you got to really flesh it out.
I will tell you that the thing I have thought of, like, I want to write the sequel to Ferris Bueller, different things like that. But then here's what I've learned from my sister. If it's not like spaced properly with the right, there's like so many rules in writing a
I
screenplay,
can't follow
dude.
rules.
I can't do that at all. We mentioned this earlier. Despite 6 losses in a row, Kevin McCarthy can still become speaker with a Patriots loss, a Jaguars win, and a Steelers tie. Thanks to Seth Williams for that. And
Can I just say the speaker job just seems like not a fun job. Like, I don't know why you'd want it.
I saw them order like 30 pizzas the other day. That's pretty awesome.
That's every politician at all time.
You had a huge office.
Those are all the pizza in a huge office. That's your selling points.
Did you know Ken McCarthy's from Bakersfield?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's like he's Dutch.
Same thing, Bakersfield and the Dutch.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Isn't that weird?
And finally, only 11 players are attempting 4 or more mid-range shots per game. Kevin Durant's the only one shooting over 50%. He's shooting 59.1%. He's shooting 11% better than the next guy. Who is the next guy? I don't know.
I'm going to go DeMar DeRozan. Just 'cause
probably.
he's mid-range
I'm going to
DeMar.
say Kevin Hurd.
I'll say Jason Ross.
Devin Booker.
Oh, wow.
Here we go. Before we get to celebrity birthdays, here's a movie review of Deep Impact. This film never had a chance. The story is where the problem begins. Having said that, why compound the problem with atrocious directing and filmmaking? Despite a stellar cast, this film is among the worst films of all time, yet strangely thought-provoking at the end.
Is that a professional review or a funny
I might have found it on, Reddit or something.
That's garbage.
Okay.
Honestly. And by the way, to be clear, we're talking about the Morgan Freeman film, not the adult film, just so people don't get confused.
I could have read the wrong one.
Okay.
But now I'm intrigued if that's the
Yeah, I was going to say
critique of
the
other
ending
one.
now makes sense.
Apparently it wasn't happy. All right, here we go. Celebrity birthdays, you ready?
Yes, I am. I don't think
Jay, are you
Mike-
intimidated because Dave's going to wear his glasses?
Yeah,
for this?
no. The glasses have made him like 10 times smarter this morning.
The Vegas odds have changed.
Like,
You're now the favorite.
He's out here doing good teases and
Have we
stuff.
had a smarter show today?
No.
He was on time. You weren't.
Wow,
Like,
that's right. Wow, I'm so professional. I'm gonna go vegan. I'm gonna just wrap it all up. What is this?
Watch it. It's better than that donkey movie you love. Gus, the kicking mule. Oyich. How dare you, Matt?
It's part of the reason we named our dog that.
What,
Gus.
Oyich? I love that your kids love that movie.
They
and
loved
laughed at it.
Gus. My wife did too. Then again, my
it has
wife
Ed Asner. How can you not like it?
My wife thinks Pauly Shore movies are Oscar worthy. Anyways,
that's
a donkey movie.
Happy birthday today, guys, to Bradley Cooper.
Brad, as I call him, B Coop.
Yeah, you guys are close.
44.
47.
48 for Brad Cooper.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Marilyn Manson.
Dreamy, by the way. Brad Cooper is dreamy.
He
Marilyn
is.
Manson's a sicko.
No relation to Marilyn Monroe, I'm told.
Remember when the rumor was that Marilyn Manson was actually the older brother of Mr. Belvedere, Rob?
Anyways, how old is Marilyn Manson? We got to get to it.
Sorry, Marilyn Manson is 53.
51.
54.
Look at you.
Happy birthday to Diane Keaton.
Not
Love
Cannon.
Diane Keaton.
No, we had Cannon yesterday.
Diane Keaton, was that
Keaton, not
Mr.
Cannon.
Mom? Oh, no, that was
No.
Michael Keaton. That was Terry Garr. Diane Keaton is 74.
I'm going to say she's 70 even.
77.
Really?
It's the glasses.
How about Robert Duvall?
Bobby Duvall
Bobby
is.
D.
Jay, why don't you go first here? Because I'm going to nail it.
80.
Robert Duvall, I want to say I'm going to be off by one or I'm going to nail it. I think he's 94.
92.
92.
That one stunned me.
Yeah.
How about America's bartender, Isaac from the Love Boat, Ted Lang?
He is 81.
87.
75. Former King Malachi Richardson.
Malachi Kai.
Malachi Richardson is 30.
He's 28.
27. Happy birthday to former Kings assistant coach, Alex English.
Who I hit with a pitching wedge 3 years ago at golf.
Okay.
It's a true story, right in the chest. Alex English is 75.
69.
Nailed it.
Nice. Remember him in Amazing Grace and Chuck?
Yes.
Yeah. For Jay Mars, for Sam Amick, for Jason Ross, I'm Carmichael Dave. We'll light the beam this weekend. Buy now.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.